you guys were instructed by Badoom of Badoom's Textiles to head to a warehouse in the Narrows, where you were tasked with removing an infestation, as it was described. When you arrived, you found, and an important point, I guess, is that you were also instructed not to use fire to remove said infestation, as it would damage the property in the warehouse. On arriving in the warehouse, you kind of found that there was a lot of overgrowth, vines, and plant material, etc., that was all over the place, and you investigated further to find that said things kind of made humanoid shapes and attacked you, basically, seemingly protecting the north room. That seemed to be where the largest collection of things were, but having defeated them in a pretty grueling battle, you were able to kind of clear the room of vines, which they themselves were pretty dangerous, clear the rooms of vines and get to the core of one of these things, which was concealing or growing up out of a trapdoor, which you were able to kind of cut away, clear away, and reveal a trapdoor to some kind of cellar or something below the warehouse. After a quick kind of look around, you can do a more detailed search of the kind of area and the bodies and stuff if you want to, but the plan was then to head down into the cellar as the next steps as well.
Okay, well, if I would want to like look at the corpse and see if there's anything unusual, like we found that the vines actually at least were like very natural, and I guess the limbs and stuff look natural as well. So I want to just see if there is anything unnatural in the corpses.
Yeah, like unnatural in what way? Like items or like non-plant related things, right?
Well, like magical in nature, I guess, that you wouldn't just find growing in a forest normally.
Okay. Well, you can either make an investigation or arcana then.
I guess those are both the same for me. I'll just use arcana. So that's a 16.
Okay, yeah. Looking through these like piles of mulch and stuff like that, the stuff that's remaining after you've defeated them, it appears to all be kind of pretty normal plant matter. Some of it like wriggles a little bit at the touch and still seems to have like some element of like life or the last parts of life around it, but generally no, there's nothing that like sticks out to you as any, like you said, any heart or core or anything like that. If anything, it appears that these are all just parts of one larger plant that is all connected together and goes down towards the cellar. Nothing twigs out.
Alright, well, that was the only thing I wanted to do up here, so I'm fine with continuing into the cellar after that.
I think we decided on the order what we're going in already.
Yeah, I think it's in the...
this is
changed to the map.
Oh, you guys are still looking at lol.
Yeah.
We went back to the bar for a quick drink.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, this is the order with Dudon on twice because he needs his character to see. But yeah, it was Wolf, Finley, Rain, Jarek, Stain. If everyone's happy with that, you can drop down. I mean, actually, I can tell you if you drop down first, Dudon, you can make a perception check as you land in this area, and I can describe.
Was it that you did not have dark vision on the wolf either?
I don't think the wolf had dark vision.
Yeah, I think that's so as well.
Probably not.
So maybe
probably make its life hard out in the wilds.
Can they smell something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I smell something?
Plants.
Okay, to start with, as you drop down with a 6 anyway, like the only light is from the source of light that you have in this room, which is Finley carrying a lantern. So that light shines down through the cellar, illuminates your immediate surroundings. It's a stone floor and there's more of these vines growing around the area, but they seem to be like thicker, a little woodier, less kind of like, more structural, I guess, and so they don't appear to be like lashing out at you or anything now that you're down here. These are like the trunk as opposed to the limbs, which are further up in the room, right? So there's still a lot of overgrowth down here, but it doesn't appear to be dangerous to you immediately. You can make another perception check with advantage on for
Yeah, I
smell
was just about to say that I have an advantage on smells. So
or hearing as well. So
Yeah,
but
or
you can do one that's for hearing and smell specifically.
oh,
Damn. Okay.
nice.
Better hear
Um,
everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Everything.
hear nothing, like specifically nothing. It's deadly silent further into the darkness in front of you. You don't hear movement. You don't hear anything. In terms of smell, you smell rotting leaves and like mulch and like soil kind of smells, very earthy and that kind of thing. Say with a crit as well, like you can also probably smell what you would associate with rotting corpses, not just mulch itself and plant matter, but also with like bodies, something that you may have smelled before or would associate with like rotting flesh as opposed to just plants. I think that's probably the two biggest kind of overpowering scents that you would smell.
Yeah, and Dudon looks up and barks and then remembers that he can talk normally. So rolls eyes and casts silent speech to anyone who is the next one. And
Is it like one person at a time, by the way, or can
Yeah,
you?
I think
What
so.
did you do? Cast silence.
Silent speech.
Sille.
It's not casting a spell, it's
Yeah.
just talking
Silent.
You just do it, I
telepathically.
think.
Yeah.
So you can speak to one person, right? So
Yes.
if you make eye contact with Finley, who's peering over, then you can speak directly telepathically to Finley. Yeah.
So do you describe what you
Yes.
sensed?
Exactly like that. There is nothing, visible moving, and it's smelling bad. But
Okay.
not
Finley's
worse than
gonna
that.
look up and yell like, "Hey, the dog is telling this and this and this, whatever." Do don't just say.
Chinese whispers passing it down the line. Stain at the back is like, the dog's doing what?
And I'm just gonna climb down next to him and check around a bit with the light illuminating around us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow as well.
Yeah, if everyone's sort of following, I will move you over to...
Is Elsa following as well?
Was
Or,
Alice?
sorry, Stain, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah? Okay.
I can't leave you alone.
Ellis is not following, but Stain is.
Then I'll work out how to just move you over here one sec.
Rip the dog.
There's not a huge amount of space, so you guys are not in a perfect line, but there we go. You should... Does this work?
Yep.
You guys can see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, those of you without dark vision can see with Finley's light. You can see it's a pretty crowded kind of like stone cellar room, but yeah, with a bunch of these roots and vines and these like very kind of woody stuff kind of pushing its way out of the rocks, etc. Ahead of you, you can see a big tree. You like Finley and anyone without dark vision can see like the main kind of growth in the center of the room. It's very dark from where you are. Those of you without dark vision can see in more detail, and certainly if you move a little closer with the light and stuff, you would be able to reveal that there appears to be like some kind of thing growing out of a human body that is like suspended from the ceiling with the legs become roots and are into the floor. The body is like the trunk. It is infested with vines, and these vines kind of go up and connect to the rest of the vines and roots and stuff around the room.
Sorry, is there only one?
This is like, yeah, this is like the main thing in the set. Like the thing you're greeted with is basically like this one kind of corpse hanging, growing out into all these variety of other plants.
Hanging
and
from the
seemingly
ceiling, sort of?
connected. Well, yeah, it's kind of like part of the tree at this point, so it's kind of like halfway up into the middle of the room, basically.
Just gonna step a little bit next
Yeah.
to Dudon.
Yeah. I'm
Do we see
walking
any
carefully.
Can you guys see a yellow circle, by the way?
No.
no?
Okay.
Nope.
You'd know if you could see it, but it's just a thing for me. But I can't tell whether you guys can see things or not. So
Do we see any movement with the corpse? Is it completely lifeless?
it appears to be completely still. Yeah, no movement.
But it's the center of every vine's growing here. It seems like.
Yeah, everything is like connected from the roof to the floor itself, and then it seems to have spread out into the space. Out across the floor and then up and through the walls and up, presumably through the boards into the room above.
Finley's just gonna say like, well, that seems like the start of this vine plague thing. Don't you think it's a good idea we try to, I don't know, harm it, kill it, take it down?
Can we just burn it?
Well, yeah. I mean, do we see any
I mean,
fabrics here?
these are all connected to all the vines upstairs. So burning this big tree that is connected to everything, yeah, I think it's
I
gonna
don't give a
make a
fuck
big
anymore.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, but do you think that a fire would spread that fast, through the...
Well, it would probably be
Vines.
hard to
Well,
stop if we.
Yeah, I don't think we
like,
have
the
any
entire
means
place
of
is
stopping it really. So I think it's better if we try other means first.
I've seen
Nobody's
all
got
the
A
weird
weird
controlled
shit.
wildfire.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
what
please.
Oh yes.
Dudon, in the wolf form, as you get closer now with the light as well, you can make another perception check for me.
With advantage.
Advantage normal.
It's only if it's depending
This
on
is
hearing
for
or smell.
sight, not hearing or smell. Yeah. 17. With the 17, you can see that there appear to be, like, from the corpse, longer, like, vines that kind of protrude, and, like, they seem to be laying dormant on the ground at the moment around it, but you can kind of see that they appear to be almost directly connected to the arms, as if they are, like, appendages, as if they are part of the body that it could use to move. I mean, obviously the whole tree is connected in various ways, but these appear to be like directly connected to the corpse in a way that they're almost like arms, but they're like clumps of vines with long, tendrils.
Is it possible to do like I don't know, I guess maybe an arcana or history, like just if a creature like this could speak, would they speak in Sylvan?
You could do like a
Would I
history
know?
check. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem conscious.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just thinking.
You could also make an insight check, Finley.
Me?
Yeah. You said it.
So wait, sorry, was it history or? what
Yeah,
was
you
it?
can make a history check.
20.
Nice, okay. How much wood would the wood speak if the wood could speak? Okay, so yeah, with the history check, I think it would depend completely as to the source of whatever's caused this, and like if it was like some kind of druidic magic or tree spirit or some kind of like thing related to that, then yeah, it's quite possible it would speak Sylvan. But if not, then it might not be able to speak at all. It might be a completely different source of some kind of fiendish magic or some evil thing that would maybe speak something else, like you don't know from here and without any more information. With the 11 in insight, Finley made a comment like it's not conscious. As far as you can tell, Finley, yeah, like it's not conscious. It doesn't seem to be like, at least like conscious in a way that like it's looking at you or making any kind of reaction to your immediate presence. Yeah.
Wait, was the corpse like human or any kind of species, like regular humanoid, or is the corpse a plant that looks like a corpse?
Yeah.
How close?
From what you can tell, there are like human parts. Like in particular,
Okay.
the skull appears to like, still have some like flesh, and in parts it's like bark now. But it does appear to be like a human skull is there. Yeah, it was once probably a corpse. And also, Dudon, like with the sense of smell, you can smell like a rotting corpse. Like that part of it is there.
So I have a ritual comprehend languages, which makes me able to speak. Wait, sorry, how was it? so I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. So I could, if we want to try to see if we can talk to this thing, just like to see if we can get some information, like why is it here? Like, did someone cause this? Who's like behind this? We could try this. If it doesn't speak any languages, then I guess we don't lose that much. We might alert it to our presence if it's not alert right now, but we might have also killed parts of it already, so it might also know. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it seems like this is a rotting corpse, so I think it's something rather inside of it or outside of it that has taken control of it. That is now using the corpse as some kind of resource to do this. So I don't think this creature here itself is a conscious being able to speak, but perhaps we can try to wake it up before hurting it here. I don't know.
No.
If you want to try, but I
do the
don't
others
recommend
think?
touching it.
Yeah, but I have message, so I don't. Well, I guess I can also talk to it normally, but I can also talk into its. Well, I don't know how it works exactly. If I can talk into its mind, if I'm not even sure what it is. That's message. Toward a creature within range, 120 feet range.
Yeah,
So,
can reply in a whisper that only you can hear, so yeah.
yeah. What do the rest of you think? Do you just want to go in and start hacking some limbs, or?
Ruff.
I mean,
9.
If diplomacy is okay.
You
by
scholars
her-
can do your thing.
All right. Well, then I will start casting the comprehend languages ritual, and I just like while I'm busy, like try to look around if we're gonna start getting surrounded by all these vines and make sure we don't get trapped. But I'll start casting the ritual.
We are so
Okay.
gonna die.
So Rain starts casting a ritual, which takes like 10 minutes, right, roughly. So yeah, I mean, is there anything anyone else wants to do whilst this is happening, or are you all kind of waiting with bated breath for the ritual to finish?
I
Would
kind
be
of
careful about going close.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can
I
play
was
music
thinking-
without disturbing it. No one says anything.
Huh.
Sorry, I
Okay,
didn't
guys,
hear
I
what you
get it.
said.
I get it. You don't want to listen to my music.
Yeah, I was thinking to go like a bit closer to investigate the surroundings more if there's anything seems to be moving while Rain doing her things.
I
could
noticed.
al-
Sorry, I can say.
I could also cast a ritual for augury to ask divine providence about something for an outcome of an action that we're about to do. So,
What?
like, for
Basically,
divine
like seeing the
guidance.
future, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Semi seeing the future. yeah.
asking if what's the outcome for something that we might want to try.
But isn't it because it has a gold cost on the material components, then
No.
components of that worth are lost?
I'm
No, it specifies if those are consumed by the spell.
Okay.
These are just. Well, I don't.
I'm gonna say you can find 25 gold of sticks. Given the scenario. With this particular spell, there is a lot of sticks lying around, so yeah.
And I guess you could like retcon that I already had these and like take
Sure.
out 25 gold from my person.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Since Jaruk would already have this spell prepared, he would know to have these components around. But does anyone have a good idea for a question about what to ask the gods?
As we are wondering this, and I see that Budon is trying to start wandering around and looking around the place, I'm gonna grab his tail, like, don't you move anywhere, just stay here. Don't go now. Just stay still, okay? But yeah, a question for a god.
Yaruk might be interested about the corpse that he would want to investigate it since he's trained in medicine and stuff, like what happened to the corpse. But he, of course, is quite guarded about should he even touch the corpse or anything like that. So unless anyone comes up with a better question, that would probably be the question: what happens if I touch the corpse? That would be my
With this
question.
spell, it's not so much like divination where you ask a question. You just have to give the specific course of action you are going to do, and then
like
you get a.
touch
Is it
the
going to be good?
investigate.
I'm gonna go and touch the corpse. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? That kind of thing. Yeah. But just so that it's like you can't get like knowledge from it. You can only get like a good or bad reading on whether the thing you're about to do is good or bad. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you choose what you want to do if you want to do that.
Yeah, and I
So
think
it's like a divine 8-ball.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because it's a little bit worse than the one above this where you can ask questions directly to the god, right? This is more or less like a It can also say it can be good and bad, which is just useless, but yeah.
I think that's something that we would almost all of us would do eventually, to touch the corpse in some way. So I think I agree with this plan of Yaruk.
I'm not touching shit here. I'm probably gonna poke them with an arrow.
Yeah, to be more specific, like investigate the cause of death, or medically examine the corpse. Yeah.
Medically examine the corpse. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. I guess.
Done.
Yeah.
For
If
the
you,
next 20 minutes.
yeah, you start to do that. I mean, if no one else is spending, then we'll resolve the rituals as they come. But in result for the augury, I would say attempting to medically investigate the corpse would be more of a woe for everyone.
Okay. Hands off for that, I guess then.
Yeah. So your ritual's finished, Rain.
All right. Well, I will.
Actually, before everything is finished, is the area around Stain and around the stairs, is it just stone?
Yeah, like it's it's been cut and chiseled into the stone like a cellar, but being a dwarf city, this whole thing is underground, so
Right.
everything is stone. So
So I
the
would
walls are
assume-
chiseled out, and
Is it safe to plant a lit torch around the area?
yeah, you could find a spot that's far
Yes,
enough
please.
away.
I want
You want?
I want to see. Just in
I
case.
understand. Yeah. One torch for Stain. Oh shit! I need
Of
to
course, I
change my-
planted around the stairs so I can use my bow still. I'm not that good that I can use it with one hand. Unless I can strap the torch around my head.
I just need to.
Just put it in the mouth.
I mean,
I mean,
you
I
probably could. You might. You might cut your burn your hair a little bit, but otherwise,
Yeah.
you could do that for a limited time. I think if you wanted to. Yeah.
No, thanks. It's
Just eventually it will sort of burn out and
Yeah.
might be inconvenient. All right. Sorry, I just have to reset roll 20 after my push to talk button interferes with the lighting system of the roll 20 app. So if I use push to talk, I can't use the lighting system. So,
Don't
yeah.
use push to talk.
I know, I'll change it now, but I forgot every time.
Okay. So
Yeah, so
then,
you have light now.
I can't speak in any language, so I mean I will just, I guess I will go like, hello, moshi moshi, how are you? Just go through like languages I know, like I know Elvish, like Common, Sylvan. Well, I also know Infernal and Abyssal, but I guess I would be trying those last, and just I will use the message and cast it at the corpse
Mhm.
and see if there's any
yeah.
response.
Sure. You
And
can
I'll tell the party that I do this. I'm gonna tell them that I'm going to try to speak to the corpse.
I wish I could speak Japanese, so just be Elvish. Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
All right.
just say the weebiest shit. I will understand.
Konnichiwa.
That's 11.
True, obviously it's finished. 11. Okay, you cast the spell at the creature. No response,
No response.
and you don't know why.
Okay.
You wanna go touch it, Rain?
No. No. I saw what happened when Dudon touched one of the small vines. I don't even want to go close to that thing. I'll stay far off. So yeah, there's no response. But yeah, I have no idea why. I guess it can't speak. That's my conclusion.
Well, if it can't speak, it probably doesn't have feelings, so maybe we just kill it.
Yeah, I could maybe. So it's like the corpse, and so I guess there's like a big tree around it, like the overgrowth itself.
It's hard to get any more detail from the distance that you're at in the light conditions.
Well, if I just try to, I'll just try to, just in case, I'll try to do it, and not at the corpse, I'll try to do it at the growth itself, and just do the same thing, see if there's any response that way either.
Yeah, you can make another Arcana check.
Alright. Wait, where is it there? And that's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, similar thing. I mean, there's no response, and yeah, you don't know.
Alright, yeah. Doesn't seem to be capable of speech. So that's that.
Guess we shouldn't waste time in trying to get friendly with it then and just get on to action.
Yeah, I have no other plan, like ideas of how we could get any information out of it.
Yeah,
So?
Dudon,
Well,
yeah.
maybe Rain and Stain, you could stay near the ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just keep your distance a little bit. Then maybe Wolfie and Yaruk can slowly get a bit closer if you're comfortable with it. I'll come behind you with my light source and let's see.
Yeah, I'm carefully walking towards it and try
Maybe
to
spread
spot
out a bit.
and try to spot if anything moves as I'm moving towards over there. And if anything start to rapidly move towards me, I'm gonna back off. Like reflex.
So
Yeah.
where are the, like, there were like large vines, like how long are they and where are they located?
Yeah, well, I'll say Dudon first make another perception check as you get closer. I guess actually, like Yarrick, Finley, probably Rain. If you're getting closer, you can all make perception checks there as well, just to get a bit more detail now that there's a bit more light in the vicinity as well. Okay, yeah. So Yarrick and Rain, peering at the thing that is here a little more, you can see that two things catch your eye. There is something kind of shining and gold on a loop around the neck of the corpse, slightly hidden by the vines and the slightly overgrown, but you see that kind of shining now that you bring the light there. It's reflecting the light back and you notice that. Secondly, you can see that the corpse looks like it was once wearing clothes. These have obviously been ripped and overgrown and blah blah blah, but it was once wearing clothes. You can see part of the leather belt stuff and the shoes that would have survived a little longer than some of the other stuff. But you can also see that kind of right nestled inside all the vines, etc., is a pouch that is carried on a strap that this corpse was carrying. So there's also a pouch there. So you can see two things that catch your eye as kind of interesting things. Secondly, Dudon, as you approach, I think you will need to make a check, probably a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
And as this is
Wait.
happening, Rain is kind of mentally working out distances and stuff on the vines. You think they're about 10 feet long from the source of the tree, and Dudon just about gets within the 10-foot range as the wolf fails a dexterity saving throw, and the vine whips out and is going to do some damage to Dudon.
AC 16.
Take 8 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you guys see as Dudon gets within about 10 feet of this creature, the vines all around that were previously dormant kind of whip up and start like kind of towards Dudon, and the wolf kind of tries to dodge out of the way. He's too slow, gets hit by these vines, multiple vines that are hitting him in a kind of like, and it's very clearly like a defensive, kind of area around the tree, stopping you from getting closer.
Oh, okay. I guess we won't be going closer then. For now. What are you thinking, Rain?
So it's like 10 feet around the tree?
Give or take, yeah, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just thinking like, can we see the edge of the cellar behind the tree?
Yeah,
Or-
the tree is growing almost up against the back wall of the cellar, yeah.
So there's, well, at least right now it seems like there's not much more here from where we are.
Yeah, this just looks like a storage cellar below the warehouse. From what you can see here, everything's very overgrown, so it's hard to tell. But there doesn't appear to be any other like entrance, exits, anything like that.
I don't know what other options we have than just destroying it.
Up.
Anyone else?
Burn it.
Burn it.
No burning. No burning.
There's only so much I can do from range. But
Well, I mean, if we want to start fighting, I don't know if it's gonna start, but I can use like necrotic touch on the limb, or the vine that attacked Dudon, and we'll see what happens. Probably not much good, but
don't you need to grab it first then?
no, it's the summoned spectral undead hand
Ah.
that touches.
Okay.
I don't
Ah.
actually need to touch.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Oh,
good. Yeah,
Bait-
I
bait
was
a thing
thinking
for a
to.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
thinking to take a bite on the the vine that's attacking me and try to hold it still. But yeah, that's a better plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, here goes nothing, and I cast necrotic hand on the limb, the vine that attacked Dudon.
Yeah, immediately the music changes as you attempt to damage the creature. Yeah, you can roll. You need to. Does it need to roll? You need to roll. How's it work?
Yeah, it's an attack roll, I guess.
Yeah. So just make your attack roll. Yeah. 21. That's gonna hit. Yeah.
Yes, I agree, Jarek.
Yeah.
Started
Right.
casting
Really?
some spells.
You're not allowed to show the spell description of other people's spells for some reason.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but yeah, 7 necrotic damage. Yeah, you watch as the immediate kind of vines that you grasp on with the damage pull back and singe and burn with the kind of necrotic energy, not fire, but turn blackened and start to rot away as they take this damage, and they kind of shrink back, and I think you are going to need to roll initiative again, please.
Everyone?
Does it look like this was more effective than one? Well, it sounded like up above that it was more effective than you would have thought. Does it seem like it's the same case here?
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay. Wait, initiative. Where is
Finally, it's so nice to have
There.
plus initiative instead of negative ones.
So Dudon got a 20. Oh, you're on
Negative?
twice.
Have you had a
that's
negative
your-
initiative sometime?
Yeah.
Huh?
Have you had a negative initiative?
Yeah, always in the Dolgar. It's -1 always.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but have you ever? Yeah, you can roll a 0 effectively, right? In theory. Yeah, I don't think we've seen.
I
a 0,
mean, yeah,
but-
the
Okay, is everyone on the board?
modifier initiative is -1 Dolgar.
So, Dudon, you actually at the top of the round, Dudon, it is your turn first. However, before that, you guys see these masses of branches. One starts to push open, and a creature like pushes its hand out, and you can see actually this happens like 3 times. So here, here, and here. So 2 on
Where?
the left side.
where,
Are we
and where?
supposed to
Sorry.
say something?
You guys can't. Yeah. Oh,
Can't see shit, Captain.
I'm on the DM layer. That's why. Here we go. So here, here, and here. You guys can see those red X's, yeah?
Yes.
You see these hands push out. One of them, who appears to.
Is the normal-sized human hand, or is it a large vine hand, or something?
They are like normal-sized human hands, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, they are reminiscent of the creatures that you've already seen. One of which pushes its way out immediately here. The other 2 seem to be kind of struggling to push their way out as they sense danger and respond to danger. But one of them pushes its way out, and these appear to be like the quite kind of thin, the weakest of the 3 types of blights that you fought upstairs, basically. So they're not
The ones that were melee?
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, from what you remember, like they're pretty much melee. They're not the ranged ones, and they're not the kind of viney ones that were hard to kill and did the restraining and stuff. They're just, they're less powerful than that. But one of them pushes its way out. The other 2 start to push their way out, as you can see. But Dudon, it is your turn.
Yeah, I see that guy coming over there, and I turn around and I say to Rain that, it's perhaps good idea to back off a bit, and I'm
So
gonna
you're barking a lot?
squeeze. No, I'm
Using the telepathy.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I'm squeezing in like over there and gonna attack that creature. So poof.
Wait, does that
Like
work?
You have to find a space for yourself that is 2 squares.
But
by
you
2
can
squares, I'm
move
afraid.
to.
I can move here.
Yeah, you can move to there, yeah, but you can't like stand overlapping. Other
Yeah,
people,
okay, yeah. I can't like push them. Okay, yeah.
You can move. You can move through them, but yeah, you can't push them out of the way
okay.
to get there unless it's like a whole thing.
I guess that would be an action.
Yeah,
shove.
you could do something like that if you want to use your
Yeah.
action to do it, but just for your movement.
Okay,
You need to
yeah,
find
makes
space.
sense. Yeah, then I'm gonna bite it, and I have advantage because of the pack tactics.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So, poof. 19,
19's gonna hit, yeah.
7. Oh,
Yeah,
I-
and
1.
yeah.
I rolled the 1, yep.
Well, 1 and a
so
3. Well, yeah.
here we are.
6.
Things are not labeled currently on here, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean that's enough anyway to destroy it. So you watch as the wolf kind of pounds over and just immediately rips this creature to shreds. And yeah, that's 1 creature down.
I have some moment left, so
Yeah, you moved
I
so 10.
probably would move
Was,
like
it, was
over.
it difficult terrain to go through us?
No. Oh, to go through you? No, I mean there's a gap there. I think it's okay. If you
Alright.
guys were stacked up then, but no, this is fine.
Yeah. Then I
So, yeah.
probably would move somewhere
That's
over
fine.
there to block the way of the coming
Yeah.
creatures and our group.
Yeah, sure. The next turn is the tree itself, who is going to do nothing.
Doesn't have initiative in the turn order currently.
Yeah, you guys can't see it.
Okay.
That's why. Wait.
We also can't see the other stick creatures if they're.
Well, they're not
Supposed to
really
be
on
visible.
the board yet,
Okay.
so I guess
Yeah.
it's-
Alright.
you can't see them. There you go. That worked. Yeah. So it also rolled a 20 for initiative, but yeah, it doesn't do anything. So Yaruk.
Okay. Do we want Yaruk to go in, quote unquote, guns blazing and just start hacking at the tree, or should Yaruk like stay behind, posted behind these emerging
I don't think
stick things?
I don't think any of us would yell any instructions to you during this initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it
Out of
would be
character?
Like, yeah.
Slay.
Well, the thing
In order
is,
in order to hit it, you can do 25 is enough to hit it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay then, Yaruk's. How do I close this? How do you close the measuring tool?
Just click on a different tool, like the hand tool or something on the left.
Ah, okay. Well, okay, Yaruk. I'm gonna think about what spell I'm gonna use. I think I'll use. Well, first attack and then see what happens. So like
Okay.
here would be close enough.
Yeah. So you move into combat with the tree, as it were. Yeah.
Oh no.
And just attack roll with a great sword, right?
Mhm. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. I'm just gonna. You have these tokens, I think, from previous combat, right? You don't.
Oh
need
yeah,
those.
right. I'm not concentrating on anything
Yeah.
at the moment.
Okay. So a 20 is gonna hit. Yeah. For a total of 10 slashing damage. Yeah, that seems to work. You're able to kind of like chop away at parts of the tree, and you do kind of hear again this sort of high pitched noise that you previously heard a little bit of from the previous plants, almost like a kind of very simple communication of pain, basically,
Would-
and of damage.
Okay, yeah. I was just
But
thinking
no,
if I would
yeah.
understand it.
With comprehend languages on, it's not a language. It's like a
Yeah, just a
squeal
noise.
or a
Yeah.
noise. Yeah.
Well, since it seems to be working, I'll use War Priest and use my bonus action to make another sword attack.
Okay.
And
It was almost
I'm
a 20.
gonna use my Channel Divinity to give it +10. That's a 17 hit.
And a 17 hits. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Cool.
1 and 2.
Unlucky, yeah. But yeah, another 6 damage to it, and yeah, again, does seem to be doing some work as you start to slash away at this thing, as well. At the end, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, you need to make a dexterity saving throw. You are trying to beat a. What are you trying to beat? A 14. You do not beat a 14, so you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the vines defensively jump up and start to beat on you for entering the space. Yeah. Yeah, end of your turn?
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, you take 8 points of damage. Rain, you're up.
All right. Well, it seems like it's best for us to not go near the tree. So I'm gonna be helping the tree, hitting the tree instead of trying to deal with the hands coming out of the ground. So I'm just gonna cast Eldritch Blast at 3. And that is a 17.
17 hits, yeah.
And wait, that's again not getting the plus.
Not getting the charisma, but
Yeah, so it's 11.
11, yeah, sure. Yeah, and again, these blasts of force against the tree also seem to be working perfectly fine as you start to blast parts off. It's a chunky tree, and even though you guys are kind of wailing on it, it definitely seems to be pretty sturdy. But you are doing damage to it as you do that.
Yeah, I'll just try again to see if the damage works now. Yes. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Stain.
Oh, sorry, and I'll
sorry,
move
sorry.
one back as
Okay.
well. But yeah, that ends my turn.
I do what I do the best, which is so far shoot at sticks and trees. So I'll just shoot at a tree.
With a 14, unfortunately, that is not going to penetrate the natural hard exterior of
Well,
the
fuck
tree.
you, tree.
Exterior.
Nice.
Gonna use a
Nice.
precision attack.
Yeah, add it to the roll to add a 6, which definitely hits. Nice.
And then damage.
Oh, a roll on
guys.
a one on the roll, but yeah.
I'll tell Dudon that You can go help Yaruk if you want to. We'll handle the sticks.
Yeah, so Stain takes a branch off the side of the tree as well, with one well-placed arrow, hits the joint in one of the branches. First, you guys think it's not going to hit because it's too far to the left, but actually it was precisionally placed to take a branch off.
It's a fucking curve.
Yeah, he's
Just
curved
like
it like
our
wanted.
future, are you supposed to use this before the DM says if it hits or not, or?
You can use it after. It says
Okay.
you can use this maneuver
Before
before,
or
or after making the attack roll. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Cool.
forgot to use this upstairs, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's alright. You didn't need it upstairs. You saved it for now. Finley.
So we see the hands are sticking out, but nothing's completely out yet on this side.
There are two hands clawing their way out on the left side. Yeah.
Okay.
It is probably
Poke them.
just like for general game rules. Like it's possible to like go into melee and like hold your action, right? Like if a tree comes out of here, I'm gonna smack it.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
True. You can hold your action until something happens.
I was thinking about readying an action.
Yeah. That does also
Well,
use
you
your
guys were doing
reaction though,
things.
so you can't make an opportunity attack after that. But
Yep.
Yeah.
it's an option.
I'm really sad they didn't have prepared actions in Baldur's Gate. I guess it would be way too
Mm.
complicated, but
Oh,
yeah.
cooler things in D&D is to like anticipate your enemy doing something, right?
Okay. Anyway, I see those hands are sticking out here, and I go like, oh, there's fuckers coming in. Gotta get rid of them, and I jump in here next to this hand, and I'm gonna chop the hand with my rapier.
Yeah. Can't chop with a rapier. You can only poke.
Well,
sadly,
stab it.
But, yeah, but 20 is enough. Yeah.
Very accurate.
Nice. Yeah, 7 damage is enough as you kind of like hear the same sort of like high-pitched noises that come out of as you stab away at this hand, and it appears to just kind of go limp and stop its attempt to crawl out of the sticks. Yeah.
So weak. That's my turn.
Is that a vicious mockery?
Yes. Absolutely.
Dudon.
Yeah, I see. Rook taking heavy hit, so I decide to go next to him to help him to defeat the tree. Make an attack again
With advantage.
with advantage. Oh, I did it already.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. 22. Yeah.
7.
7 damage. Yeah, sure. You cannot knock it prone, unfortunately. But
Why not?
Can't knock a tree
otherwise-
prone.
Yeah, otherwise it works. Yeah, and you grab some teeth and sink them into the
Yeah.
branches.
That's also good to know that I can't use my trip attack.
You can't clip a tree.
The more you learn.
The wall tree.
I learned today.
Yeah. And
Is that
then-
the end of your turn?
No, I'm gonna spend one of my spell slots to heal a bit. Woo!
Nice.
That's
The
my
one
turn.
this time.
Yeah.
And that's your turn, yeah?
Yes.
So you also need to make a dexterity saving throw, beating a 14.
Oh yeah, true. My wolf dexterity is lower than halfling one, so 1d20 plus 2.
Yeah, good. You succeed, so you take half damage, which is 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay, now it's the tree's turn. The tree is going to attempt to hit Yarok with its slam attack.
Here we go again.
A 15.
Doesn't hit a 16.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good, very good. I'm afraid it has multi-attack.
Of course.
But it rolls a 1, so no problem for Yarok as these these blows hammer down around you, attempting to
Parrying with a great sword.
yeah. As it's trying to grab onto you with these vines, but nothing's happening. Oh, we missed the top of the round, which is Dudon. So I should say that the
No, you didn't.
it's before Dudon's turn is the top of the round.
Ah, okay.
but I missed
Oh.
it. But
The last stick guy that didn't get killed, that was
Exactly.
emerging.
yes,
Ah, right.
he does indeed emerge. And one sec. You see two more hands push themselves out of the left and the right sides. So you see two emerging this round. As one succeeds in emerging, I guess you would say. Yarek.
Just gonna keep on hitting. Still got one stack of War Priest left, so I can make 2 more attacks.
Yeah. 20's gonna hit, yeah. Big rolls from you guys.
Yeah.
For 10 slashing damage. Huge, yeah, yeah. Starting to chop away at it.
Don't you think I might not want to be here when the turn ends to take the damage? I'm just gonna risk the opportunity attack and I might try to move here.
Okay. Yeah, you move out of range of the tree. It does not appear to make opportunity attack against you.
Hell yeah.
Okay, then I'll use my bonus action and last stack of War Priest to try to hit the little stick guy.
19's gonna hit, yeah. A 9 is enough to, smash this one out of place.
And I'll end my turn.
Sure. So I should do this. There's not one coming out of this section just yet. And this guy is dead, but there is still one coming out of here, one coming out of here. Just for info. Okay, so Rain, you're up.
Boom. So there's still only the hands.
There's two
That we
sets
can
of hands,
see.
yeah, left and right, and the tree.
All right. I'm wondering if I'm just gonna move like here. Can I see into the? Is it coming out of a hole or like between, like, where was it coming from? The.
I don't think you really know. It's hard to
Hmm.
tell because of the just sheer like mass. The floor around the base of it is a mass of leaves of vines and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I am just gonna move back from it, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the tree again. And I'm gonna like, oh, well, that doesn't
You're
hit.
gonna miss.
And I'm just gonna like shout like, we can handle the tree at range. You can take rid of these goddamn stick things. And I end my turn.
Okay. So
One
yeah, unfortunately, Eldritch
fucking-
Blast misses, but Stain, you're up.
Dane does his thing. Shooting at sticks again.
Which ones?
Yeah,
the
you-
tree.
The tree.
The tree.
Nice. But the 13 unfortunately does not hit.
Oh, fuck you, tree.
Too good at dodging your arrows. This tree.
We wanna use that precision.
It is
Yeah.
another precision attack. Fuck you.
A
He's
15 does hit, yeah.
There we go.
So once again, you guys all think
Another curveball.
he's bad, yeah, but actually he knows exactly what he's doing, and with a does 5 damage to the tree with another well-placed precision strike. Yeah, the tree is.
I can do this all day.
Not looking
really,
great,
but
yeah. Cool. Finley.
Twice more.
So there's a hand emerging from the
Right
same
next to
spot
you again.
almost.
Yeah.
Spawn
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just spawn camping this bitch and I'm gonna stab it with the rapier again.
Mhm.
No, I'm not.
No, you're
I
not.
miss and I go.
Yeah, you
"Oh,
stab
no!"
into the set of vines, but you know it doesn't seem to hit whatever it was you were hitting before, and yeah, the hands are still clawing their way towards you out of the
Okay.
Tree.
I take a little hop back. I guess I'm not taking opportunity attack since it's still like.
It doesn't appear to be
Yeah.
able to.
I hop a little bit back like. Oh fuck, Yarok! I missed. Get it. That's my turn.
Nice. Top of the round then, correctly before Dudon's turn, is another emerging stick figure here. Another emerging stick figure here. So we'll say they push their way out this way or this way. And we'll say oh, okay. You see 6 other hands push their way out of the tree.
Help!
So, and to just draw these back in, I guess. 3 on each side. 1, 2. We'll say here, a little bit further back. We'll say here next to this guy, and we'll say down here. As you guys watch, all suddenly 6 different sets of hands start to push their way out, and it's looking scary. As 2 of the creatures push their way out as well. They do not get to take their turns yet, though. Okay, Dudon.
Yeah, Dudon see those hands coming and hearing Ryan yelling help and also saying that maybe the range people can handle the tree, so he's going again back over there, taking attack of opportunity or no?
Not from the tree, no.
Okay,
It does not
and
do
then I'm
opportunity
gonna
attacks.
just bite.
Boy.
Nope,
No,
I'm
no.
not.
Pretty sure that misses. Let me check. They are pretty shit, but no, they're not that shit. It misses. Yeah, unfortunately, you just grab hold of a stick, but it's not actually attached to the rest of the body. of the
Dudon, it's not
creature.
time to play fetch. It's not time to play fetch. Not now.
The tree's turn. It doesn't appear to do anything. Nothing in range for it. Yarok.
Well, gonna help my friend Finley and attack against this.
12 doesn't hit. You guys got rid of all the good rolls early.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now it's time to start missing guys
And-
when there's fucking 8 of them.
I'll use my bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon on the tree.
Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, in the cellar, does it appear? Are there crates and barrels and stuff like that, like there was upstairs?
Yeah, you get the impression here is not as important stuff, but there
still
are
some-
some barrels and stuff around, and you can see tools and stuff that might have been used for, it's more like a storage room than where the product is, because it would be hard to move in and out of this area.
Why are you considering fire?
I'm considering shatter.
Yeah, from that side of things, most of the stuff here looks like it's beyond repair anyway. So that side of things, I don't think there would be a worry about damaging stuff.
I
Sorry, yeah,
create the spiritual weapon. And
Yes.
this time I actually think I'm gonna make a copy of my greatsword, so a copy emerges and
Nice.
flies at the tree.
Yeah, let me give you a thing for that.
Click. Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing a.
No, the damage value for the spiritual weapon, I have to click the submit and.
What level spell you're doing at? Yeah. Yeah, you place a spiritual weapon there. Does an attack, 18, 6 extra damage. Yep, this spiritual greatsword starts chopping away at the tree as well. Very good, very good. Yeah, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Sure. Right.
All right. So wait, shatter is point
10
of
foot
your
radius,
choice, 10-foot radius. So if I cast it here, then it's not gonna hit Dudon, or is it?
You can cast it so that it doesn't hit Dudon, but it hits the enemy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one sec. I'll give you a sphere.
Or maybe, I don't know,
There
maybe
you go.
here?
This is the size of it.
Okay, can I move that?
No, not like,
Okay.
No.
but I can move it depending.
Yeah.
You just want to not hit Dudon, but hit everything else, yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
can put it
I'll
like this. This would
yeah.
Yeah.
work.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast it. So
Yeah. So what happens? Creatures make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Constitution. They have a +1. So for the emerged one already, he rolls a 10. Do they take half damage on a save?
yeah, I think
Do you
so,
want to
because
just
it's
roll the
leveled
damage
spell.
first? Because
Um.
even with half, even on a save, they might just
Oh,
be
wait.
dead anyway. So
That's 11.
okay, so they won't die necessarily if they make the save, but so the
And
first
that's
one,
my spell save DC, I guess, or
yeah.
Mm.
So the first one definitely fails. So this guy's dead, no doubt. He is straight dead. Then top one emerging fails, so he's dead. That second one dead. Third one dead. I think 13. Is this
I have
possible?
13. So does it fail or save? It's like
Beat
the
it
same?
to beat
That's
it,
more.
yeah.
So it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so
it
one
hits,
of them
it hits.
survives.
Yeah. So you have to meet the DC to beat it. So
Okay.
you meet it to beat it. He meets it. He beat
Yep.
the spell save. So the bottom one survives. Yeah.
Ah.
Alright.
Oh, I thought you rolled 12. Oh yeah, you have +1.
Okay. Yeah. So just one remaining still to emerge, but yeah, it appears to do a bunch of damage to it as well.
Yarok gives assenting, like agreeing grunt that okay, the elf did a great thing. Okay.
Thanks.
That the end of your turn, yeah, Rain?
Mhm.
Stain.
This tree better stop dodging all these.
Bidding. Nice. There we go.
Nice, here we go.
I roll 1 damage.
Ah, 2
Not
damage.
one. Not one.
I mean, still shooting arrows into a tree. It's
Ah.
maybe not the most effective, but it's definitely doing damage. And
Good practice.
yeah, good practice. it can't dodge, so yeah.
Calibrating your bow.
Yeah. Still taking chunks out. The tree is looking pretty damaged at this point, but still, still chunky. So still a bit of it remaining. Finley.
Gonna stab with my rapier the creature next to me. What? Oh, it's lagging a bit.
16 is gonna hit, yeah. An 8 is enough to kill it, yeah.
Great.
Stupid shit twigs. This guy rolled a 1 on initiative, so even though he emerged, he went last, and then he's already dead. So never mind. Good try. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm just like, whew, got it, and staying behind Yarok here for now.
So, top of the round, 4 creatures are going to emerge. Great.
Oh, new ones, or
There's too many of them.
Well, the ones that are on the way, because 2 got taken out over here. 1 that was already emerged as well got taken out, or 2 that emerged got taken out. Oh, that's the wrong.
Just plop in the middle of the floor.
That's the wrong icon. Should be this guy. Okay. Here, and here. This guy is hurt. Yeah. So this one that appears from the side looks like it's barely holding itself together. Looks very hurt. The other 3 emerge out of the thing, and 2 more creatures emerge.
there's quite many of them.
Or
They
don't
keep
emerge, but
spawning until the
plan
big guy is dead.
to emerge or whatever.
We trust in Stain. One arrow at a time.
I've got my spiritual weapon there also.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So 1 on each side. We'll move that one up there. and yeah, 2 more emerging points. Dudon. That's 4 of these creatures now have emerged.
Yeah. I believe the range people can beat the tree over there, so I'm gonna move over here and here and bite this guy.
Mm-hmm. It's incredibly hurt, this one.
30.
13, I think it does hit, right? 13 hits, yeah. So, it's dead. Whatever you
Okay.
roll. It's very hurt. So, yeah, you just rip the last remaining life force out of this one, and it's gone. Yeah.
How does it actually work in D&D? Like, I'm large creature. What size creature are those guys? Can I jump top of
Medium.
one?
I mean, you can, but you mean to do damage? I mean,
yeah.
they're medium creatures, like same as like you guys are, except for Dudon. If you wanted like jump on them and do damage,
I guess I would like
think-
to try.
yeah, I think that's probably going to be your action to do it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But you could potentially do something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Work it out. But yeah, you would have to use your action if you've already used. Because jumping in this game is an action, unfortunately.
Yeah. Then I have no space left anywhere else, so I'm moving here.
Sure. The trees turn. Nothing to do, I guess. Twig guy. Oh my god, one of the twig guys actually is going to do something. He takes a step forward and takes a swipe at Yarok. He has a +3 to hit, and he rolls a 13, which misses.
Doesn't
As-
hit.
Yeah, as these twigs bounce off Yarok's armor, it's your turn.
I'll take care of these 3. You handle the 1 or the 3 in the pile.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Like I'll take care of these 3 here in the like stack, and you can maybe handle the one on the other side. Like
I'm hurt enough that I'm not gonna chance an opportunity attack.
no,
so-
right? But you can hit
Yeah.
this one. I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah. That okay, yeah, that's the
Yaruk
one.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't
like-
do math, Rain.
Or then you just hit the big tree and
Yep, yeah,
kill
I'll
it.
do both. Yeah, like I'll use my great sword attack here.
Mhm.
Mm,
15 hits, yep. A 12 is going to take him out for
Nope.
sure.
sorry, yeah,
And
it
just
lagged a
beat
bit
his
for
corpse
me.
on
So,
the ground. Yeah.
and then use my bonus action with the spiritual weapon to hit at the tree.
6 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay.
And
okay.
yeah, I'll end my turn not to take any opportunity attacks.
Sure.
okay,
Rain.
so I will and again cast Shatter so that it doesn't hit. It
Yeah.
should be able to like hit these 3 and not my friends. So I'm just gonna roll the damage,
yeah,
or
definitely. Yeah, just no, they have to. Oh yeah, do the damage first for sure. Makes sense. Yeah. So all 3 of them just explode into sticks flying everywhere as those 3 and the emerging one are removed as well. Yeah. Very
Okay,
good, very good.
now Yarok is starting to get annoyed at how good of a job the elf is doing.
And gone. Okay, nice. Stain.
This is getting
what is he gonna do this time?
Heck, I guess.
We are in suspense.
See you in the next episode. Of Spain shoots the tree, fuck's sakes. Well, it hit.
Hey,
Well.
it's again. He's calibrated now.
Ooh.
Nice. There you go.
And I will use my
Damn.
second wind
Oh,
to
okay.
attack again.
Action search, but yeah.
Action search, sorry.
Yeah,
I was thinking. Oh yeah.
12 does not hit it.
And fuck you.
Do you still have
I do.
one more? Or
Oh, plenty more.
okay. Wait, how many do you have at level 3? Is it 4 superiority
It's
die?
4.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I
So
use
18 is gonna hit. So yeah, roll some more damage.
damage.
Damn!
Nice. Okay.
22
Yeah.
damage. Whew.
Just took him some time to ramp up, but yeah, it's starting to pop off. As yet, the tree has taken a bunch of blows. It's looking pretty damaged now. Yeah. Is that everything, Rain?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. No immediate trees in your vicinity. One emerging from the east side.
Oh, me? What the heck?
You,
I'm just
yes.
staring. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so there's just this one emerging tree on this side. Everything else has been taken care of on your side, and
Okay.
the tree itself.
Since I don't really want to go to melee with the big tree, not yet at least, I'm just gonna go like, oh, there's one more here, and I'm gonna run to this one and gonna stab the hand.
This is literally whack a stick.
It is, but successfully. 7 damage. Yeah, you hear it shrivel up and die inside as it's unable to fall its way out.
Is there
Top
more?
Top of the round, we will find out. There is 3 more.
Manageable.
We'll do 1, 2, and 3. Right back where Finley yours was, but 3 more start to pull their way out. Dudon, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the big tree and gonna bite it.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does pack tactics say? It doesn't count as spiritual weapon doesn't count for pack tactics, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. The spiritual weapon is not a.
Not a creature, right?
Yeah,
This-
it's not a.
Oh, okay.
Wolf's
It's not
allies.
part-
Nah,
yeah.
you're not
It's not
allied with the
Baldur's Gate.
spiritual sword. Yeah, it's not Baldur's Gate.
Good sword.
Good
It's
sword.
not
yeah.
a summon.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. So you miss, unfortunately, Dudon. End of your
Yeah,
turn?
I'm gonna stay here. Yeah.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw be a 14.
Yes. Nope.
You do not. So you take 10 damage as the
Oh.
vines whip out around you. And it is the tree's turn. Gonna make some attacks on you, Dudon.
It's going to give you a hug.
Yeah. Where's its attack?
Oh fuck! I had the concentration on
On what?
because of the bark
Oh,
skin.
Barskin, yeah.
Yeah.
Recast it at the end of last episode before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took
So-
it off you because I couldn't remember what it was for, but
Yeah. So I
Okay.
need to
you do need
Yeah,
to make a
'cause
constitution saving throw.
1d20 plus.
Before this, I think the only time you took damage was when you went close to the tree at the start before we
Yeah, I
started
think so.
combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do it twice.
I mean, just do it once for now, it's fine.
Okay.
You succeed, so it's okay. So you still have 16 AC, yeah?
Yes.
And it is going to first attack. 10 misses. Second attack. 18 is going to hit you
Yes.
for. Oof.
Don't say that. Oh.
10 damage. 2d8 plus 4. Huge. You feel, yeah, the vine kind of hits you, grabs around you and grapples you. But because you are too large for it to do anything else, it is unable to grapple you. You feel like it's trying to pull you into the branches and potentially do something worse, but it can't because you are too large.
Trying to eat him.
So you managed to avoid that. As well.
And I need to roll the
Yeah.
save again.
Concentration. Yeah.
Concentration again. Sorry. Yeah.
10.
10.
Barely.
Just succeeds, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
about.
but yeah.
Just.
So was it half damage or 10, whichever is higher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's gonna be 10 for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Although
mean,
2d8 plus 4 could
Yeah.
could be what's that? 20 max damage potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is. And
10.
half that is 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just about that.
But yeah,
Okay.
the wolf is looking a bit hurt at the moment.
Okay. Yarrick.
Yark is gonna make a rage for the attack against this emerging
Mm-hmm.
twig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
19's
fucking
gonna hit.
twig.
Get twigged. The twig is dead. Good job.
And spiritual weapon attack against the tree.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Mm.
Lucky.
With the 4 damage, the tree is looking on its last legs at this point. You
Mm.
can see that a lot of the plant mass has been blasted away, cut away, branches are snapped off. Yeah, it is not looking great.
I'm also gonna
On its last twigs. Yeah.
move just a couple spaces back. Yeah, end my
Oh.
turn.
Okay. Rain. 2
I
emergence and a
will-
tree.
Cast Eldritch Blast on the tree. Yeah. And it's there. So yeah, I'm gonna
There's
miss.
so many ones.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. Let's see here. No, here. Yeah, and end my turn.
Okay. Stain.
I'm starting to develop feelings for this tree. Much fun shooting at it. God damn.
Just like in the good old days when you're
Oh,
practicing
God.
archery,
Yeah. Another hit.
shooting at
yeah.
trees.
It's not a good idea to become a tree hugger with this one though.
Yeah, 5 damage. Tree's very not quite
I
dead
can
yet.
do.
But yeah, slowly chipping away at it. It is looking pretty rough. Finley. Oh, it's looking very rough, I should say.
I will stab the emerging hand next to me if there was one, yes.
Okay, yeah, there is one next to you.
Like,
God damn.
Yeah,
we are
that's,
cursed somehow. We have rolled so many ones, like in the first
Yeah.
Well,
campaign.
we've rolled a
episode.
lot of 19s and 18s now as well,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, you did have some good to-hit rolls. Some of you.
But 18 and 19 are not 20s, but we have had so
Yeah,
many
we've not had-
ones.
Not many crits. No, that's true.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you do hit. You do some damage to it. It's still moving, but you seem to have hurt it pretty badly.
Yeah.
Top of the round, though, it is going to emerge above you, I guess. And this one's going to emerge over here. Okay, Dudon.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite.
21 hits. Yeah. 5.
Double ones.
The tree is looking very, very rough. It's like couldn't be more rough, but it is not dead.
This
unfortunately
rose
for you.
couldn't be more rough.
Yeah. Dexterity saving throw, please. Dudon.
Oh no.
By the way, top of the round, do we get more of the?
Yeah. You should. I kind of thought that Dudon might just kill the tree and then do it.
You
but,
thought?
fucking thought.
Yeah. We since this twig is gonna go, yeah, we probably should do it. So one sec.
Yeah, but the double ones, like what?
Yeah. There are 4 more. So we'll just keep those 2 as they are. One more. One more emerging here. One more emerging here. Very good. There we go. Okay. Continue, Dudon. Oh, you rolled. You beat. That's your dex check, yeah?
Yes.
You take 4.5 damage. So it's 4 damage.
Oh, barely
Uh,
standing on.
Well, guess whose turn it is now?
Yeah. I told you.
The tree
Yeah,
is
but
gonna
you
make
were
some
not
attacks.
attacking the tree.
Well, I was clearing out some twigs.
Okay, so it
Stain
hits
had it
your-
covered.
A miss. I'm rolling really bad for this tree. Another miss. Wow. These vines are just
Huh?
whipping away at you, but cannot find purchase, cannot do damage. Yeah, you managed to avoid that. It is this twig's turn though, so it's very hurt, but it is going to attack Finley. Kind of sucks though, but it hits a 20, so it hits you, Finley, for
Kinda sucks and hits a 20.
yeah, but I mean it does. It's the same as you guys.
Max.
Max damage for me. 5 damage, Finley, from the twigs as it whips out at you. Yarek.
Well, let's do the spiritual weapon first to see if not
Sure.
keep us in suspense.
Okay, 24. Nice. With 8 damage from the thing. How does your spiritual weapon kill this tree? I will allow you to describe it.
Leaves it in twain.
Nice. Okay, yeah. You guys watch as the sword just hits the top of the skull of the human in the center of the tree and literally like cuts it right down the middle. The tree kind of peels open with like a mixture of bone and flesh, and also inside like the sinews of the tree and the vines as it kind of. You don't really see much difference in the tree, but you notice that the vines and the leaves around kind of flop to the ground and stop moving, and also the tree hands and the twig creature that is out already just collapse to the ground, suddenly inanimate, basically just piles of sticks instead. Good job.
Nice.
Yay.
Good job.
Good job.
I have to get my arrows back.
Yeah. So yeah, so you can now see that the tree, like the corpse itself is kind of flopped forwards, cut in half essentially, or at least down to like the middle of the torso. But yeah, otherwise the tree appears to be completely inert, not moving.
Well, too bad we couldn't make friends with it, but maybe this would solve the issue here.
Yeah, I wasn't really planning on making friends, but I was just thinking maybe we could see if there's like why is this tree here, like what caused this corpse to be here and why did it become a evil tree? Could have been useful to know what's going on.
There was that amulet that the corpse was wearing.
Oh, was there an
So
amulet?
you can
Finley suddenly
essentially-
gets interested.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess the auger was only because it was still alive. I guess there's nothing left now of the evil portents we received from the auger. So, but I'll let you do this. You seemed interested.
yeah, now Yaruk would be interested in examining the corpse, like what happened to it, how did it die, and
I moved
stuff
back
like
a
that.
bit just in case.
Okay, yeah, sure. So who is doing what? Investigation, medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah, medicine. I would use medicine to like.
Yeah.
examine.
Sleight of hand
That's
to
cool.
grab the amulet. No, just kidding.
perhaps.
Yeah, you can do an investigation to check the corpse for the things that
Ah.
people spotted earlier as well. Someone can do that. With the 21 medicine, it's definitely like some kind of combination of like magical and natural like form, but you can tell that one thing that you definitely notice with the 21 is that one of the limbs of the corpse has been like severed pre whatever happened here, and that had been replaced with like a full sort of tree arm that ended in vines and stuff. The other arm is like there, like a human arm, but still overgrown with vines and stuff. But something happened to the corpse beforehand. They had lost an arm. You can see that. Outside of that, it's with your medical knowledge, you can't really see like a cause of death that's obvious, because this is more of a like combination of magical and natural, like a nature type of thing. But you would guess the cause of death is like having a plant growing inside of you and bursting out. Like that's probably gonna kill you. Yeah.
Yeah,
From the medicine check.
Yeah, so Yaruk thinks that he has to defer to the nature guy Dudan, since this lies beyond Yaruk's own expertise. Clearly not natural, and
So wait, did you say that it had like lost a limb before
Yep.
it had transformed, probably?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
And what limb was it?
The left arm.
Left arm. Okay.
Hmm.
And it had grown back as
Like
a wooden limb.
you maybe didn't notice immediately because it was part of the tree, but now that you kind of take a closer inspection, it's like it wasn't there immediately. So, with an investigation, with an 18 investigation from Dudon, you notice a number of interesting things. Number one, you notice, yes, this pendant around the thing is actually a ring on a leather thong around the neck. which you were able to pull out of the wreckage, Dudon, easy enough. Secondly, there is a leather pouch that remained relatively intact. It's full of holes and things from where things have grown around it and whatever else. But there is a pouch which you can take, and obviously can open it if you want. And the third thing that you notice is that the whole thing, now that you were able to kind of clear your way through some of this material, is growing out of a barrel. And the barrel itself appears to be filled with soil, like a planter, like you would use to plant a thing here. There hasn't been like a hole dug in the rock underneath, because again, we're in a dwarven city. This is essentially inside inside a mountain. This is like a rocky cavern. There isn't soil around. So soil has obviously been brought in and placed in this barrel from which this plant creature has grown. You could investigate that separately if you want. Maybe that's more of like a nature check. And then also you have this pouch and ring.
I think Finley. Well, I don't know if he sees the barrel or no, or is it just Dudon
you can watch Dudon kind of clearing space out, and you guys will all see this. Yeah.
I think Finley would kick the barrel down to make the soil go to the ground and see if anything comes out.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and you see that it's mostly just soil. However, there are the skeletal remains of an arm in the barrel.
That's a bit creepy, don't you think?
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
The barrel spills out, and inside, amongst the soil, you can see the skeletal remains of an arm.
A left arm, I'm guessing.
You check the thumb; it is indeed a left arm. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you make of this, Rain?
So a arm was taken from this corpse, and it was used to grow this, but then the growth killed the person. How does that happen?
It does. Yeah, that seems like something along those lines. Yeah.
Can I? Well, I don't know. I don't even know what I would like investigate or do.
You can do an investigation check to look with that information in mind to attempt to see
if there's anything like curious with the hand now, or
yeah, just like I guess I'll use my great intellect that I do not have myself. I'll use to investigate if I can figure out what has happened.
Sure.
And that is a 23.
Yeah, with a 23, the probably piece that you're missing, I guess, or something that you can kind of see from the way that the growth is, and Rain with the incredible intellect and studying the way in which the branches have grown and things like that, you would guess that the corpse was perhaps died somewhere else and was incorporated into the plant and maybe moved via tentacles and pulled into the plant in some way, which is how it ended up in the center of the core of the plant here. But it's quite possible that it died, for example, being hit to death by vines like you guys were just experiencing, or perhaps died to blights attacking it or something like that, and over time it's then been like dragged or moved into the tree.
Would we know that they're vine blights, by the way, or is that just like using a game term that we don't know?
I think you did some nature checks and stuff. You would have maybe heard of things like blights, but I mean, in the sense of like, you might have heard that blights are like maybe found in like nature and like evil nature spirits and stuff. In this case, you don't know the source. Like it could be could be summoned from anything, any kind of magic and stuff like that. You don't know the source of that specifically.
Rain, do you sense anything magical here anymore? Like,
I would need to recast the ritual for detect magic if you would want to do that. And it gives me what type of magic it would be. It doesn't tell me the spell itself, so it would probably again be like the nature magic would be what I would sense. Again,
yeah, but do you sense magic here? If you feel around a little bit, like can she?
You can do an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Do you think there's anything left here?
Picking up the ring, it doesn't feel magical like a magical item would. If you maybe have handled magical items in the past, or you know that they're supposed to feel magical. The ring itself appears to be a mundane gold ring. obviously you
Yeah.
need to, you can inspect it further. But with the 21, I mean, in terms of the magical presence here does appear to have gone as a result
Completely?
of killing off the creature. Yeah.
Mm.
And because it doesn't appear to be, despite obviously the map showing this, but you know that the area here is rock, and it doesn't appear to have, it can't spread throughout the land because there is no land, it's rock, right? So it's grown out of this barrel, it can't be going anywhere else out. It's like when you have a house plant that overgrows and it's just looking for light and stuff. It's grown up, it's pushed its way as far as it can, but it can't spread from this place, essentially. But yeah, with the destruction of the center of it, there doesn't appear to be anything alive or magical left of the plants or something. However, I will say with the 21 Arcana, you kind of digging through the plant matter and stuff, you do notice that there is, or at least you can, using your kind of magical skills and that sort of stuff, you can find in there that there is a magical length of like thorny vine that pulling out still feels like it has a little bit of a magical essence to it, which is right here.
Pull him from where?
Just kind of outside that, from the mass of the tree itself, you're able to identify there's still some remnants of magic left in some parts of the plant, and from that you're able to pull out this, which, yeah, you feel like you could potentially use this as this would be of use to you as a weapon or something like that. But you probably need to identify it.
With the identify spell.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna
the
touch
mystery
that.
here, I guess, is what was the arm doing in the barrel, and if it was like it seemed like it was removed from the corpse. Like, was it removed before the thing was killed, or the person?
I don't think you can tell.
No,
whether it
yeah,
was
yeah.
removed
I'm just like,
before
I
or
guess I'm
after.
talking
Oh,
out
you're
loud
talking-
to the
yeah,
party.
sorry,
Yeah.
Well, it
And
seems like it was placed there, so it's a bit odd.
yeah, but like, yeah, I guess the person was killed. So, are there any identifying features to the person? Like, I'm
Dudon is
thinking we
holding
might
the
want
two
to.
interesting features of the person.
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering if we could maybe identify. If we could identify,
Sure, yeah.
maybe we can ask Badoom, like, if there was someone of a human male. I guess if that's most
It's
of what we
about
can tell.
all you can tell. Like you probably
Yeah,
can't
because
even
it's
tell that it's
rotten.
human. It's too rotten
Okay.
to even. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Like
if
you know,
someone's
it's not
gone
like
missing.
it's not a lizard man or an orc, right?
Yeah.
The skeletal features are pretty like regular humanoid. It's not a gnome or a dwarf, but it could be a human, half elf, half orc, even elf. Like hard to tell.
Yeah. So like, I guess that would be a good step in solving the mystery. But yeah, so was there anything magical about the soil or like the contents of the barrel? Just
Doesn't seem to be. Yeah.
okay, just normal soil. So what was magical was in the growth, and that's now dead. Well, I mean, we did the job at least.
I think we did the job. Maybe we should bring, if not all, some of these items to Badoom and see if he recognizes them and maybe recognizes the.
Oh, what
his
about the
body.
pouch? We never opened it, by the way.
Yeah, I have been trying to
sorry.
say out loud that I would want to open it, but yeah.
Sure. Inside the pouch, there are some like
identification card.
yeah, there's some rotten stuff like foodstuffs that have been there for a little while inside the pouch, alongside a little gold bag, which a little gold bag which has 10 gold pieces inside it when you check inside. So Dunan, you can add those, and most importantly, a old leather journal type book, small book that is handwritten. I will show you that now.
Well,
If you can't read the writing, by the way, it's also written in the description in regular text because I realize the font is not the best.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We're gonna be rich.
Chop.
And you can see that the writing trails off as if, you know, the person has not really understood that he's running out of paper on the next page on the page.
Well, that explains a lot, I guess. Looking over the shoulder at the journal from Dudon.
Yeah. That
What language is
mines-
it written in, by the way?
And
Common, I
common,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, that mines sound interesting. Wonder what that is.
You can make a history check, I guess, Dudo. Yeah, you don't know.
No idea. Perhaps somebody else knows.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who thinks they might have a knowledge of the city, maybe in passing, have heard about the city before, or the surrounding area, I guess, can do a history check.
I think I've not really been around Dwenheim. Like I've mostly been around Dragnington, so my character would not know
Sure.
much.
Yeah,
Been
maybe
here
something-
for a drink once.
Yeah. So yeah, again, like if you're not involved really in the day-to-day of the city and the surrounding area, you probably would not know of any specific mines or what that refers to. But yeah. Also, if you want to make a perception check, Dudon, or investigation, I think.
Investigation.
Yeah, with 15, the gold band you would suggest is like a wedding band and has an engraving of a name on the inside, which is the word Ophelia, or the name Ophelia, I should say.
Ah. Yeah, Ophelia says it isn't a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it end well?
So I guess married to Ophelia, and from there we can figure out who this dead person was from Badum if we ask.
I mean, we don't need to know really. We
Yeah,
can just
we don't
tell
need to
him
know.
and
I guess
enjoy
it's just
the
I'm just
rewards.
enjoy solving mysteries, I guess. So just figure out what's going happened. So yeah, I mean it's not part of the job, that's for sure. So I guess we're mostly done here. Does anyone still want to do anything here?
Should we take the
Job's
corpse
done.
with us?
Job's
Mm.
done. More work.
No,
Take
let's
the
leave the
corpse with us
corpse
and
here.
give it a proper burial.
It's not our job. He's not important to us, so
Well, it is important to me as a soldier.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
All right.
fine. I mean, carry him out, whatever you want, but
Sure.
I'm not touching it.
I can cast Unseen Servant, and then we don't have to dig ourselves.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, with a bit of chopping, and most of this is like kind of dead and it's already shriveling up and dying off. It's easy enough to kind of chop out the remnants of the corpse with the skull split in two, but otherwise, you know, relatively presentable. Yeah, you can certainly do that for the corpse. You could, I mean, you're in a textile warehouse, you can certainly wrap it in a textile of some kind to carry it easily through the streets and stuff, because yeah, otherwise you're carrying a corpse around. But
Carrying a body-shaped textile like bag, that's much better.
Or
Much
it's just a
better.
bundle of bones.
yeah, it's
I
I mean,
guess so.
there is less of a full kind of body there with, you know, missing an arm and other kind of decomposition and stuff.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we would need to go to some place where we can bury them, because we're underground inside a mountain, so we can't really bury them anywhere other than maybe outside completely. So, do we know, is there actually a graveyard here? Or what do they do with corpses here? Do they burn them?
Yeah, I think you would probably know that standard fare is burning for dwarves because there is no soil. in terms of the city itself, since none of you really know, you would have to kind of ask around and find out even how you dispose of a body normally.
Yeah.
And of
We're a
course,
bit
the
looking a bit suspicious
Exactly,
walking around with
yeah.
a skeleton. Maybe we should go to Badoom first, and well, we can maybe ask him to deal with the corpse. Seems to be part of his situation, anyways.
Mhm.
And then the
Fine
corpse
with
is
me.
still cared for as it's supposed to be. Would that be acceptable for you, Stain?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Right. And I guess it's pretty late now. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you guys came at 7. It's been, a couple of hours in to get through all this. So yeah.
do we try to find Badoom in their office? Or it was really close by, right? The
Yeah,
office.
he said his office was next door to the warehouse.
Yeah. So we could go there, see if he's
Yeah,
still there.
yeah. We can try it first.
Sure. Yeah, heading out of the warehouse. Anyone else want to do anything else whilst you guys are here?
Is there anything interesting looking herbs that I could gather?
The only growth here is from this one plant
Okay,
that is kind of now dying. So you probably couldn't get.
And all the growths, I guess, are dying inside the upper level as well.
Yeah. As you start to climb back into the warehouse, you see that kind of everything is shriveling away, or at least kind of dying off in almost as fast as it was growing. And so whilst there'll be a lot of cleanup, you don't think that there's any risk of any continued infestation or anything. Heading out next door, Badoom's office is closed. It is like you try the door, there's no lights on. It's 9 p.m. or something. He's not there.
We're probably gonna get in trouble if we try to carry around this corpse, so I think should we just leave it at the warehouse?
Leave it at the warehouse then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
We
like
can
wrap
come
it or
back in the
something.
morning. I mean, we've wrapped it in textile, right?
Oh.
Before, so.
Mhm.
You can do that for sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I guess we just go take
Yeah.
a good night's sleep.
Dudon
need a drink.
I guess Dudon keeps the diary and the ring and the amulet with him.
And the gold.
Amulet?
The amulet was the ring, actually. The
yeah,
amulet
it
was like
it was
a
a
ring
ring
on
on
a thong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could give the diary back to Badoom, but that ring could make a lot of money on the.
And I mean, we
Elsewhere.
don't even need to give the journal back, I guess. It's not what he asked us to do.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do with it? I think it's...
No, we could just say we found this. Hey, we probably might want it if he was a friend of his or something.
Yeah.
It's not a value for us, so we can just give the diary. Right?
True. Yeah, true.
Go ahead.
But I mean, the office is closed now anyway, so we can't do that right now. But
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
We can.
You guys head back to the Screaming Maiden, or do you have any other business you want to attend to?
Not at this late at night.
Yep.
I'm
yeah, I
making
think it's
sure.
time to go for sleep.
I'm making sure that the door is locked behind us when we leave the
Good
warehouse,
point.
and
Good point. Yeah.
then we
Yeah.
go.
You lock up, take the keys back with you, back to the Screaming Maiden, where you guys are gigantic. So it's 9 p.m. You certainly can kill enough time to sleep, take your long rest. But sort of in the meantime, is there anything you guys want to do? Anything you want to cover? Obviously, you can get drinks and things here. You guys haven't really kind of met the barman and stuff of this. I mean, you guys have, but not in game. Of the Screaming Maiden before, who you can certainly talk to as well if you have any questions or anything. His name is Marriott.
Something happened to my UI, like health bar. It just went really small, and same for my
it's-
name.
Yeah, it's because I just resized the tokens, but you don't really need the health bars in here, hopefully.
Fight.
Yeah. So you guys head back to the Screaming Maiden. Yeah, there is one other patron here, kind of collapsed over his drink. You see him all the time here. He is a regular drunk of the Screaming Maiden, a sort of piece of furniture, basically. His name is John. You've tried to speak to him before.
John.
John, yeah, like yeah, as you expect it. And he very rarely is even conscious enough to engage in conversation with you when you try, but he's there kind of slumped over a table. And also there is the barman. He is a very large man with a big like beard and a very kind of like happy persona who's always kind of chuckling to himself, and his name is Marriott. You have met him before. He's obviously renting you the rooms
Marriott?
and everything. Marriott.
Mariol?
Yes. Like the hotel.
Marriott. Okay, Marriott.
Yeah.
Marriott. Okay.
So he obviously welcomes you back in. He's happy to see any kind of business here. And yeah, you guys can decide what you want to do with your evening.
I am just gonna go order a beer and just like lean over the counter a little bit and like chat with Marriott like, oh, well, that was a one evening gig. Was pretty easy.
I'll go like to our room and just like go write down like what happened today and the contents of the journal, just in case I need that information later into my own journal.
Update your blog.
Oh yes.
Tumblr. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Rain retires to the room.
But probably won't be there too long, and after I'm done with that, I'll come downstairs as well.
Sure. The rest of you guys gonna
A drink and something to eat.
Yeah, drinking some
Sure.
tea.
some tea. Okay.
Something
Yes.
strong, please.
Yeah, and Mario kind of laughs. He looks at you guys. You guys are still a little battered, bruised. There's a lot of you are covered in like twigs in your hair and things like that. And he says, "Oh, you've had quite a day, I guess."
What is
Yeah,
it, Santa
didn't-
Claus?
Yes, I moonlight as Santa Claus. Yes.
Is he communist Santa Claus?
Yes. I think it's racist to suggest all big guys with beards are Santa Claus, by the way. Yes, quite the day you've had. Yes, well, he pours out some drinks for you guys and slides them across the table to you.
Thanks,
and,
Mario. Really could use this.
Yeah, I mean, it was a one-night gig, not nothing bigger than that. So, yeah, Marriott, if you've heard or seen anything, any jobs, gigs around here, any rumors, just let us know. Seems like we
Well-
can do them pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear for your first proper job, eh? Well,
It was a bit close there at the start, though.
No. Shh. She's just exaggerating. It was easy
Ah.
peasy.
Oh, it's
Oh, okay, I see. A little bit more difficult than you thought, was it? Bit
Well-
off a little bit more than you could chew. Well,
Yeah, Yaruk didn't expect to have an actual fight, and well, such a good fight on some weed whacking business. So Yaruk is happy that he actually got to see some combat, since the first job was just some routine delivery and stuff. So he's happy that it was an actual fight.
well, I'm glad it went well. You know, actually, there was a person who came in here earlier who thought it was a little weird. Just when you had left, maybe an hour or so after, they were asking around for if anybody was fitting your kind of description. You know, they asked about a group of people, mercenary types. They mentioned, like an orc and a halfling and etc. And so it sounded kind of like you, but they didn't seem like they wanted to hire you. I told them they could find you here, but yeah.
Did they give you a name?
Were there
No,
many
no,
of them? What did
No,
they
it was
look like?
It was just one person. He was maybe half elf, something like that. He wore a green cloak, quite similar to your friend over there. He points at Stain. Yes, a green cloak. He looked relatively well off, I guess. But yeah, he just inquired to say whether I'd seen you. I obviously said yes. I see you sometimes in here, and he. Yeah, like I said, he didn't really leave any details. Someone can make an insight check as well if somebody wishes to.
I've got good insight.
Should I balance it out with a bad insight?
Nice, nice.
That is
Yeah, you
beautiful.
can just tell, like, Marriott probably is a little uneasy about this character. Like, he got the impression that he was a little suspicious, I guess. It
Sus.
wasn't like, yeah, a little sus. It wasn't like a guy that, you know, he would expect maybe to come into this bar, and also, you know, not the kind of person that would hire. But he doesn't want to say anything bad about some guy he doesn't know, but you get that impression, you know, with your insightful nature.
By the way, Marriott, have you did also someone called Ophelia come by here?
Ophelia. Hmm.
Ever
No,
heard
it
the
doesn't
name?
ring a bell. No.
All right.
Any questions about the elf? Well, if the elf didn't really want to hire us, they were just curious to find us. Did they seem like... Did they give you a bad kind of feeling? Did it seem like they want to hurt us? Did he seem like a noble, maybe?
Oh, well. I don't know whether I can really say. Like, he didn't look like he was armed or, you know, looking to.
Well, you know,
Start a
nobles can
fight.
sometimes look quite a bit like, and he's gonna describe their clothing a little bit more precisely, and like, does that ring any bell?
Well, I mean, he was all wrapped up in it was a traveling cloak. It looked pretty decent quality, but you know, it wasn't like some of the riffraff we get in here. He looks over at John. You know, it was a little nicer than that, but I just got the feeling, you know, maybe he didn't have the best intentions. He didn't ask about, you know, how to hire you or whether he didn't seem like he was looking for a mercenary company of any kind. He specifically was looking for you five, from the sounds of it. But I just told him you'd be around in the daytimes like you normally are, and he could come and find you. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do it so that the next time he comes and asks this, maybe if you can, Marriott, come find me first. Let me know, and then I'll see how I'll deal with it. Okay?
Sure. I mean, yeah, if he comes
Maybe,
around when you're
yeah.
not,
Maybe don't
you're
let
not
us.
here.
Maybe don't let him know if the whole group is here or anything like that. Just let me know first.
Sure. I mean, there's not really anywhere you can hide. It's like one room, but you know, I get what you mean. If you're not around, maybe if you're in your rooms, or you know, I'll try and keep it on the down low. And he kind of touches his nose, like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have any other business, anything else you guys want to do, otherwise you can take your long rest.
Ellis, you're muted.
Yes, please. That's all.
Do you guys think we should have some sort of like night watch system in case that elf comes night over here? Or
I mean, if you guys want to stay up, you can stay up. I'm just gonna take a good long nap. This is gonna be
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
I'm not
we're
worried.
inside a city in a respectable establishment, Marriott. I'm sure we'll be perfectly safe.
Oh, yeah,
here.
I locked the door and I bolt the door and I also brace the door. You know, standard bars on the windows. I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah. There's no one else staying here right now, so you've got the run of the place. So.
All right, I'm ready to go to sleep. I don't know about you guys,
Same.
but we're probably gonna
Yeah.
be waking up early-ish tomorrow and go see Badu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wake me up when you
Rise
need
and
me.
shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stain just gets to sleep on the chair there in the corner alongside John. Yeah. You hear the snoring of John in the corner. Yeah.
He seems like a nice fellow.
Yeah, he does.
That's had a rough time in his life.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys can go ahead and do the long rest. Press the button on your character sheet. It should, you know, reset everything correctly, but it is the first time, so you just want to double check it and make sure you get everything back that you should. Yeah, then you should be all good. The night passes uneventfully in this case, and dawn breaks. You guys are able and ready to head out. Just thinking about the time and stuff. I mean, unless anybody needs to go, but I think we have time to at least do the conversation, finish off this part with thing, and then
Yeah, not in a hurry.
Probably
Sure.
stop after that, but yeah. Just
Yeah.
to give you guys an idea. But before you guys go out, maybe just take a quick break, and I'll go to the toilet, etc. And
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not sure. Is there some way to like just send a message to Crimson only?
yeah, you can do like I think it's either like G/G. It's either slash. I think it's GW. No, it's not G. Yeah. How did you do that?
/W.
Oh, just /W.
Yeah,
and then
whisper. You know.
yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But just like as the rest of the group went to sleep, I asked Marriott if he's heard of a group called the Eyes of the Wanderer, because that's a group that was supposed to have information about the fiend that we were chasing with Dudon.
Yeah, you ask him about the Eyes of the Wanderer. He is going to say, he's going to say, well, I mean, the Ever Wanderer, that's, there's a temple in town for the Ever Wanderer, the Hall of Soil, that's normally where, that's a connection I'd make, but I've never heard specifically about some kind of organization within the organization, so to speak. It's not really my thing, but Eyes of the Wanderer, and it doesn't ring any bells particularly.
And that's just like last night.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys wake up early morning. You get some breakfast. There is a nice stew, that's been going for a few hours. Marriott gets up early and cooks a nice breakfast as part of your board here. And yeah, you guys are free to do what you want.
All right. Well, off to Badoom's office.
Yep. Let's head there. You have the diary with you, Dudon?
Yes.
Do you guys need me there? I would like to go buy some supplies.
I guess not.
Do your thing, Stain.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll go patrolling as well.
Keep
Might
an
as
eye
well
on
go.
a green clothed elf.
So yeah, the four of you go to Badoom's office for now, and then yeah, like knocking on the door, you hear like a muffled call from upstairs. It's like one of these doors that leads immediately to the stairs, and it's like a second floor above. Yeah, sure. And you hear from behind the door, like as you knock, you hear like, come in. And walking up the stairs, it's a very messy office covered in books and scrolls and things that are lying everywhere. And he's got like multiple pillows on his like little stool, so he can see up over the desk. But then also he can't see him basically because of just the piles of scrolls and books that are on this desk. But he peers up over the top of the desk at you guys and says, "Oh, please take a seat. Take a seat anywhere you like." There's like one chair.
Finley's gonna take the seat. Just gonna sit on it, start chatting. That well, Badoom, we cleared the warehouse in one night. There was some freaky stuff in there, I don't know how much you knew of it, but there was a lot of some vines, and they were pretty sentient, if you ask me.
Sentient. Well, like I said, I had never even been inside the warehouse. I just got told not to go in, and so I'll take your word for it. But quite the job it sounds like. And,
Did you have someone working for you go missing before this strange wine started appearing?
I've got a couple of workers who help me in a sort of case by case basis. I don't need a full staff all the time over there, but
So you've not noticed anyone who's disappeared?
no, I don't think so. It's only been a couple of days, so and as soon as it got shut down by the watch, I obviously haven't had any reason to call them in yet. But yeah, there's 3 guys that work for me on a regular basis. Yeah.
Well, it might be one guy less now. I'm sorry to tell you, man. And I advise Dudon to show the diary.
Yep. I just give the diary to him.
We found this with the corpse.
That was the source of the vines.
He starts to sort of read through it a little bit, and he looks a little puzzled as he reads through, but he says, oh, okay. This looks like Ronnie. His wife is called Ophelia. Ronnie Flatmire is called.
How do you write the name?
Yeah, like. But yeah, he works for me on occasion. Yes, like I said, I only met her once. I think a wife, Ophelia. Her name was. Sure. Right. It sounds like he had some business, some secret business going on in the warehouse. Did you find something in the cellar? Did you?
Yes, I mean we found the vines growing from a barrel, so it seems like Ronnie was the one who planted the seed that gave birth to all the vines that were running over the warehouse, and we destroyed the infestation. So it should be.
We destroyed the root of it.
Yes, and everything was dying. So it should be you just need to clear out the dead vines now, and then the warehouse should be good to go. And we didn't cause any damage to your goods. No fire used.
Oh. Well, that's excellent news. Excellent news. Okay, well, yes, very disappointed to hear about Ronnie. He was always a good, solid worker, but yes, sad to hear that the way he went out. But well, of course, I'm glad that you were able to solve the problem for me. And yes, I for sure would. Yeah, what do we agree on? And he starts to like pull the drawer open on his desk and starts to count out some gold pieces. And I think it was 700 gold, wasn't it, for you for the job?
I'll say that.
I don't remember anymore. How many are there of us?
150 each was what.
How many are there?
5.
I think
750.
700. No, I think it was 800. No, that's what we agreed on.
You can make a deception check.
Deception. Why? So many ones.
800. Are you trying to scam me?
I think this is just negotiating from the price. You went below what we initially agreed upon, so we went above the initially agreed upon.
I seem to remember it differently. I think we agreed on 700 gold pieces.
My apologies. I think I just completely forgot. It was 750, wasn't it? That's what we agreed on. Don't you guys remember? Gets a little panicky of failing then.
Yeah, you can make a persuasion check, but with disadvantage. I mean, you just rolled at once.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, that sounds more likely.
You guys better be nodding.
750 was it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, 750. That sounds right. Yes.
Yeah. 150 each. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we have left Ronnie's body at the warehouse wrapped, so you can have a proper burial
we left Ronnie there.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I thought you said Ronnie's body?
No, body. Like his body.
Body.
Body,
Right.
yada.
Yeah.
So you can be the bearer of bad news to Ophelia, unfortunately. Let her know.
Do you
if
know
she
where
ever
Ophelia lives?
Shut up! If you can let her know if she ever needs a shoulder to cry on. I'll be waiting at the bar.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she's lives in the Narrows as well, I think, or a couple of streets down that ways. And he kind of gives you directions to the house. But of course, if I see her again, I can also let her know. Don't feel like you need to go out of your way. I'm surprised that you're here at all. Actually, I spoke to your friend, the elf, last night, and he said that he would be taking over and you guys wouldn't be coming back. He was, I don't know, he spoke a lot, but I didn't really get the gist of it, but the gist of it was you guys wouldn't be coming back and he would be dealing with it from now on. So yeah, said he was a liaison for the watch or something like that. As I said, they were very useless before, but he seemed to find a newfound interest. So yeah.
To what? What was the sentence like?
Liaison of the watch.
Yeah, that's what he said. Something like that. He worked with the Stone Watch, or he was a liaison. Or, yeah, so I don't know what he said, but yeah. Yeah, effectively, he said that he spoke with an elf who said that the elf was working for the watch and he was taking over the job, and you guys were no longer involved in the job. He was going to deal with it from now on.
Damn those elves.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that before. Yes, he said he was a binding or thickening agent used in cooking, and yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
So he said, yeah. So, like I said, I'm surprised to see you back here, but deal's a deal. So, whatever you agree with the watch and whatever, that's not my business.
Have you seen this elf before?
Before? No.
Yes.
First time I saw him last night. Yeah, he just came up to the office maybe 30 minutes after I'd just got back after speaking with you. Yeah.
Can you describe the elf? This is just surprising for us. We're wondering why they're spreading out this kind of news.
Yeah, had a green cloak he was wearing with a hood up. Quite a fancy sort of fellow. Spoke very well. Didn't really. Yeah, blonde hair. Didn't really catch too much of his kind of appearance, but yeah, look elfish to me.
So the elf said he's gonna take over the.
Yeah, he said he came from the watch. He worked for the Stone Watch. They'd heard the report I made about the warehouse. They were going to take over. He was going to sort it all out for us. And he was going to arrange with you guys that you didn't need to go anymore. He said he knew who you were, was going to sort all of that out, and he would sort that out. And I would just pay him when he came back, job done, and I wouldn't see you guys again. Yeah.
Out of character question, did we hear about Stonewatch before this? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, they're like the city watch. Like they keep the order, like the police, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. And he mentioned that he first made his report about the plants or the problem at the warehouse. He made that report first to the Stonewatch, and they didn't want to deal with it. They told him to just burn the whole place down, and that's why he came to you guys, because that wasn't a solution that he wanted to do.
Okay, I need to start writing things. So. Well, we're gonna. I guess the only thing we can do now is keep an eye on for our buddy and see what he was really trying to do. But the job is done now. That's all there is for now, and we thank you for the reward. And
yes, thank you for choosing Adamant Might.
Yeah, you got my keys, and then we'll be.
If you would like to write a review, you can go to the city board. Well, remember to click the bell button.
Of course, if anybody asks me, they're looking for a sort of set of folks like yourselves, I'll be sure to recommend you. Of course, yeah. One day's barely 24 hours since I hired you, and job's finished. So yeah.
With no harm to your collectives. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can. I'll make sure to do a nice inventory of that. But I trust you've done good work, and yes, thank you again. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
It's time to leave.
Yeah. As we leave, and we get out of the house, Finley's just gonna say like outside, like, did you realize he paid us before he checked the collectives? We could have used fire this whole fucking time.
Well, the office was right next to the warehouse, so if he had used fire and the whole warehouse would have burned down, he would probably have noticed.
Also,
Or
now that I think about it,
smell
of
the
course we
smoke.
need to make a
Yeah.
good name for ourselves as well. So maybe it's good that we do this job properly. Yeah.
But about the ring, though, I think maybe we should give that. Try to return that to Ophelia. It's like their marriage ring. I think that's something they would probably like to have back from their husband.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
I don't trust you with that.
Man, fine. I'll use other ways.
Yeah, well, where do you want to head? I mean, yeah, Ophelia's house from directions was only a few streets away.
Well,
Stain as
Dudon,
well.
would you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Try to see
Sure.
if we can find Ophelia. Deliver
Yeah, I
the
mean-
bad news.
Yeah. You're better in words, so you can deliver the sad news.
I'm not very charismatic. I'm only smart.
Yarok is not so interested in this business. He kind of wants to know that the ring gets returned, but doesn't really want to take part in it. So I think he would ask for his share from Finley so that he could go and buy better armor.
Oh,
On
I
the
thought
other side.
we all just got like the 150.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, however you.
Or I'll
decide,
just split it
but-
instantly as we like leave.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep them.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can all add 150 gold to your inventories as well. And yeah, Yarek, you can split off, head to also do some shopping. Maybe see Stain along the way. Stain, you wanted to buy a lantern. Very straightforward.
There's one lantern, and if there are any arrows that deal more damage than 4,
Sure.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Unless I need to set them on fire or something.
Yeah, I think.
Poison or whatever.
Yeah, I think the only way you're going to get better arrows are going to be those types of specific, like fire, like acid arrows,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
enchanted or whatever.
And
Yeah.
those are like one use only, right?
Yeah, and they would
I
be
would
like
assume so, yes.
equivalent to like potions or scrolls or something, where they're going to be a resource that you can find and buy. But we'll see if there's something like that.
Is there a arrow of healing or something?
Perhaps down the line, I think probably it's not a very common thing that people would buy.
Can I strap a potion on an arrow?
Yeah, I mean that could work. Might not fly so well though, but
Yeah.
um,
I'm
yeah.
very
In
precise.
terms of immediate things you can buy, let me just check the list that I've got here as well. One sec. Okay.
Was the gold 150?
Yes, 150 gold.
Thank you. I'll add that later,
Yeah, what do they
as
say?
I
in
have
Baldur's
not
Gate?
received
magic,
it yet
magic pockets. Through magic pockets, you suddenly
yes.
receive 100.
through a message.
Yeah. It comes delivered by Raven straight to your pocket. Right. Find the equipment thing. So I think a lantern's probably like it's barely even a cost, but it will be here somewhere. So let me just double check.
What does Finley go do, by the way? Like, if me and
I'm gonna come with you.
okay.
I might even buy 2 lanterns just in case.
Sure. So there are 3 types of lantern you can buy. You can buy one for 5 silver, regular lantern. You can buy a hooded lantern for 5 gold pieces, which allows you to hood the light so that it's less noticeable and easier to stealth with, and it's more like a it's easier to basically hide whilst using that. And then there's also a bullseye lantern for 10 gold pieces, which is like a really like a spotlight almost. So that's like super stealthy. You can basically use it to like look at a lock, and it doesn't radiate light out around you as you do that.
1 bullseye and 1 normal one.
Sure. So 10 gold and 5 silver. In terms of arrows, I'm gonna use the costs for basically the ingredients that it would take for you to do it, I would imagine that Finley is capable of creating those things himself. For example, putting, some cloth around an arrow and dunking it in oil would be enough to make a fiery arrow, right? So those kind of things I think would be fine. So for fire arrows, which you will have to keep a track of to use, but 1 silver piece each, pretty cheap to make, easy enough. You basically just need to buy the oil for that. The other one that is available here, and there may be others available, but the immediate kind of, as you don't know the city that well, the immediate thing that you find is there is also a limited number of acid arrows. 2 are available by a kind of tinkerer's shop, but they are 25 gold pieces each. Yes, and I can give you the stats of kind of what they do as well afterwards, but
I'll keep the acid arrows in mind. For now, I'll go with the
you can always
fire ones.
pick them up. Sure.
There were 10 silver each.
1 silver each for the fire
1 silver
arrows.
each.
Yeah,
Okay.
fire arrow is pretty straightforward to make. Yeah.
And how much silver was it for 1 gold?
10.
I'll go with 20.
Sure. So yeah, there will
Plus
use
all the oil for it.
Yeah. Well, that cost is basically you buying oil to use to turn your normal arrows into fire
Okay.
arrows. In that case, yeah. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and there may be other things in the future. You may also be able to come up with your own things, as if you do have an idea for a certain arrow that you want to try and do and make and something, we can work on that. You can maybe produce it, but yeah, for now, easily available things. Yeah, you will probably be able to, I would say, in the future, get things like acid arrows for cheaper, but for now, the only real way to do it would be to buy a specifically made glass vial full of acid that is somehow attached and aerodynamic to an arrow. It's quite expensive, but maybe there's better ways of doing that in the future. In terms of armor as well, we might as well get that out of the way whilst we're here before we move on to the next part.
Yeah, I mean, splint armor costs 200 GP, and I'll just buy splint armor. Nothing else to it.
Straightforward. Yeah, cool. Certainly splint armor is available. You spending some time in the armory shops here, you get the impression that there is also better armor tends to be reserved to the lower city where the forges are, basically, where dwarven craftsmen make their armor and stuff. So there is probably a better selection once you're able to access the lower city. But for now, kind of the immediate stuff tends to be, it's more like a second-hand market of stuff that's available as opposed to stuff that's forged here for people. But yeah, you're able to find a regular set of splint armor, no problem. So yeah, you can add that in. So you three then, who are not shopping.
By the way, before we split, from Jaruk, I'm just gonna ask, what do you guys think about this elf that's shown up now, first in the tavern and now at Badum's office, trying to replace us or something?
No, I don't think he's trying to replace us. I think he just wanted this job specifically to maybe get something from the warehouse or get something to do with the creature in there. He's probably...
Elves are up to no good.
Hey, keep it down, guys. Keep it civil.
That's something we probably need to keep an eye on. So, too bad we've only had very little information about them though, blonde hair and elf with a green cloak. That's well, I don't know. How many elves are there in here? I guess it's still quite common, so that's not much to go on even in the
up in the so I should say, I don't think I mentioned this before, but there are names for the shelves that you guys are on. You guys are currently on the sky shelf, which is the shelf of rock is named the sky shelf. Then there's the cavern shelf, that's the middle one, and then there's the deep shelf, which is the the bottom of the city. You don't know too much about the details of what that means, etc., other than things you're now picking up. But yeah, in the Sky Shelf, the area where it's very multicultural and travelers come and go, and there's no restrictions on movement and stuff, you will see a variety of all races and types of people. So
Yeah, I mean, we can keep our eyes out, see what we see, and if you see, well, I guess Stain might also be looking for them. But if you do see the Stain, Jarek, just like let him know as well. And yeah, then I'm fine with splitting after that.
yeah, so a little warning, and easy enough to find Ophelia's place from the directions that Badoom gave you. Yeah, you get the impression that he just gave you these directions so that he doesn't have to do this part himself and inform the widow. So it's not a particularly fun job. So he's happy for you to do that. And it's a small kind of little cottagey kind of house, not particularly fancy looking or anything.
Well, we're here about your husband, Ronnie.
Oh, yes, Ronnie, yes. Oh, I haven't seen him in a couple of days. We've got some news.
I'm really sorry to tell you, but we were clearing out the warehouse, Badoom's Textiles, and we found your husband dead in the warehouse.
Oh my. And you see her face obviously drops from a smile that she greeted you with to looking distraught, and she says, Poor Ronnie. How did he go quietly? Was it pain-free at least?
We don't know. I think he.
He fought bravely against this fearsome vine beast, because we found him entangled with the beast, and I'm sure he went down with a fight trying to protect everyone in the warehouse, because we found no other bodies there.
Oh,
did we?
Oh wow, a vine. No, you didn't.
No.
A vine beast. Wow, but Ronnie was never really much of a fighter. He was always more of a thinker, But I'm glad to hear that. You can make a deception check.
What?
I mean,
No.
He did, you don't know, but he didn't necessarily go down fighting the vine beast.
Damn, Ronnie's a fighter now.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, his old ma would have been proud of him for sure. I always thought he'd end up in some industrial accident. He was always doing all these kind of odd jobs everywhere, and so I thought you were going to tell me a crate had fallen on his head or something. But this is wow. I might have to find a bard to write a song about it. It sounds like something that really
A bard,
needs to be written down and told. I need to pass this on to his family. I'm so glad that you told me.
The body is in Badoom Textiles, and we also wanted to return to you a ring that I guess was your marriage ring.
She
that we
holds out her
found
hand as
on the body.
Dudon drops it into her hand. And, oh well, thank you. This is so nice of you to bring this back as well. Many people in this town, they would have pocketed this ring, worth a bit of money, a bit of a family heirloom, and I'm so glad that you brought it back. This is perfect to keep his memory alive, and well, I hope it wasn't too much trouble for you. We really, try to keep ourselves to ourselves. Don't like to cause any trouble. So I'm very glad that you were able to help us out.
As a return for the favor, if I can ask, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. We found a journal that we think Ronnie wrote, writing that might have led to this infestation. So we were hoping maybe we could figure out what has happened here. So it said that he had found a seed in a mine. Would you have any idea what this mine is? Where he would have been? Because of course this might be something that could spread, so we want to make sure that there's no other infestations like this.
Yes, of course, yes. Yes, I mean he did tell me about that. I told him to stay away from it. It sounded like awful lot of trouble, but he said down in the mines he worked Badoom some days down at the mines. You know, that's why I wasn't too worried, because sometimes he would be down there for 2 or 3 days. It's quite a bit of a pain to get up and down, and so not seeing him for a couple of days wasn't too unusual. But yes, he worked down in the mines in the deep shelf, and he told me that they'd found a weird growth in one of the mines, some kind of plant or something that seemed to be very interesting, exciting to a lot of the people down there. And he'd managed to pocket a seed from this plant, bring it back up with him. He got past all the checks and brought it back up here, and said he was going to grow it, said it would make us a lot of money. I told him not to mess with that kind of stuff, this magic stuff, you know, nothing good comes of it, but he insisted, and but then he wouldn't tell me anything more about it after that. He started bringing a lot more money home, though, for sure. But yeah, that was the last I really heard of the plans. But obviously, as you say, it sounds like it did not go well for him.
Do you have any idea what mine it was in the deep shelf? Like, did he work in a specific mine?
No, he was I guess what you call like a day laborer. He just used to head down to the deep shelf, you know, they register down there, and then different crews come pick them up depending on what mines need working that day and what people they need, and so it could have been any number of mines on that day. I don't know. I do remember I do remember one thing. I'm pretty sure the day, it would have been the 14th of Flame Rule. I remember specifically, because he hadn't been working there for maybe 2-3 weeks, hadn't found the time, and then had a little bit of an argument about it. Always dangerous down there in the mines. So yes, maybe that'll help you. I don't know.
Yes. Thank you for helping, and once again, sorry for your loss. And I just start walking away from the doorway.
And Finley kneels very deep, like, and not kneel. No, what's this? Bows.
You might need to kneel.
No, I'm not kneeling.
yeah.
But yeah.
Sure. I do. Thank you again, and yes. And you can see that she's holding back the tears as she closes the door behind you as you guys walk off.
Okay. Actually, lore accurate, Finley, because I didn't listen to Crimson's explanation about what was happening, and I think Ray now has all the information. Maybe don't listen to some, but I actually don't know what you just said.
Finley was just jotting down words to a song.
Yes, literally.
For Ronnie. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually don't know what you talked about, but hey, Rainen knows.
Lore accurate. Yeah, and also buying javelins, no problem.
This is why I'm playing a bard.
Easy enough. Yeah, so you have business concluded somewhat, I think. Anything now you want to do next, specifically?
It's like daytime, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and you
Like
spend the morning doing
Mhm.
this, so yeah, going back and forth and stuff. So a couple of hours to the morning, yeah.
Unless you guys don't have any specific plans, we could go walk around the city a little bit to see if we find the elf.
Yeah, that
Maybe,
works for me.
I don't know if Stain's gonna be staying at the tavern. He's probably gonna notice if the elf walks in. Maybe we'll get information later from him if he saw him there. Or...
Well, my shopping didn't take that long, I would guess. And
Yeah, the
I
only
guess
thing
I've
would
been
be
walking
that
around the city a bit already.
the only thing would be that you don't have a specific way of having people contact you for jobs unless they find you at the tavern. So you need to decide about kind of splitting your time between being available to see if potentially people are going to show up, and then also doing other stuff as and when. You need to.
But I do enjoy a good drink, so I guess.
Yeah, no, I think
I
also
would go.
Finley would be hanging at the
Back to the
tavern. Yeah, I think Finley would be
Sure.
hanging at the tavern as well quite a lot to gather information and rumors and yeah.
Yeah, so we don't need to go too deep into the logistics of it, but
Mm.
obviously, if you have someone at the tavern, and they have no way of contacting the rest of the party who are out doing stuff, then that that can will start to become like complicated, right? So, but yeah, if you've got someone who's going to be there, etc., then that's fine. The rest of you can spend some time in the city doing stuff. Yeah, if you want to do that, you can make like whoever's out there can make like a group investigation check. So basically, if Finley, let's say Finley and Stain are staying, Yarok, Dudan, Rain, maybe kind of just taking some time to investigate the city a little bit, get some more information on certain things, and then if you guys all roll, and we'll basically take like the mean of the rolls. Nice. Nice. Okay. Pretty much, unless you're
Good
rolling
investigating,
a 1
guys.
from Rain, you should be good. Oh, that was Rain. Wait, who's left? Yarok. Unless you wanted to head back to the bar and
Yeah,
get involved.
Yarok is probably not gonna be doing it, so investigation or anything. Just
Sure.
buys his
yeah,
stuff and goes back to the tavern.
So yeah, between you guys going around, are there any places of interest in particular you want to visit? Any things that you want to look at? I assume you guys are together. I guess Finley would have gone back to the bar, and probably met up now with Stain and Yarok in the bar, and then you two are kind of going around looking for stuff. Is there any like specifics, things that you want to?
Yeah, I don't know where this elf would spend
No, but you don't
his
have to
or her
necessarily-
time. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
talking
okay.
to Rain. So
Sure.
so
Uh,
do we
I-
actually even know the gender he or she?
it was a
He.
male
Okay.
Marriott was talking about.
Mm.
But also, like, if the elf was talking about wanting to finish the job or take the lead on the warehouse gig, then he could potentially be near that. Maybe even check in the place. So, just reminding you.
It's up to you guys, yeah. You have good rolls, so you can definitely get some information about something. You just kind of decide where you focus your investigations on, and
Hmm.
if there's any leads you want to follow up on, or any other things as well.
Yeah, I wonder if there is any like how do you say it, like bars for better people that go over there.
I think we
There
could
definitely
also
be
we could maybe
bars.
go talk to the Steel Watch about this. I guess they would not be happy that there's someone. Well, we could ask, of course, if that elf actually was a member of the Steel Watch. Then that would change the entire situation. But if I would guess that they're not, and if they're not, then probably the Steel Watch is not going to be happy that someone is pretending to be a liaison. I don't know how to pronounce.
I think it's
Liaison.
French.
Yeah, I think so. Like of the Steel Watch. So then we would also maybe be grilling them a bit from that the Steel Watch is now maybe also looking for them, and then just I don't know, maybe look around town, see if we see someone. Like I would guess either we see the blonde hair on an elf, or we see someone with a green cloak with a hood up. Like that could be. Maybe we just see them naturally. But I would maybe first go to the Steel Watch. Like see what we see on the way, and talk to the Steel Watch, see what they say about that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good
Sure.
point.
Yeah. So, I think with those investigation things, walking around the city, you do see a number of elves. Some are blonde, some are not. You see some green cloaked wearing humanoids. Some are elves, some are not. Some are blonde, some are not. You kind of like spend some time every time you see someone like that. You maybe check out like nobody's really fitting perfectly. Nobody's properly fitting the description of the elf that you are looking for. But heading over to the Stone Watch headquarters.
Oh, sorry, it was Stone, not Steel.
Stone Watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I think Steel Watch is Baldur's Gate, right?
All right, yeah, that's where I get it from.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Stone Watch headquarters, which is this building right here. This is a very busy. A lot
Are
of
we
people coming.
supposed to see a map?
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, sorry.
We see
I'm
the
on the map.
tavern.
You guys are not on the map. I'm on the map. This one right here, because this is also where they process people coming in who have like complaints and not complaints, requests and stuff like that. If people
So sorry,
need to-
where in the map is the? Oh, there. Okay,
you can
thank you.
see, yeah. This building here that's kind of, much larger in scale on the map than it is in real life. But yeah, the everyone is processed here. If you need like also to get a pass to the lower city and stuff like that, this is where you would get it. So it's a very busy kind of combination of the normal kind of police watch duties and also like a lot of admin that goes on here and a lot of queues and a bit like the DMV and stuff like that, where there's a lot of long queues and people waiting around to get stuff done and not much happening. But you head into a sort of a large foyer area, and you can see that it is busy, and there are like a bunch of queues to different like desks of people. You see predominantly that the Stone Watch are dwarves, but not 100%. But you see many of the clerks who are working on the desks and stuff like that are dwarven, and yeah, there's kind of long queues that quite, like depending on what you're trying to do and who you're trying to speak to, you go to a different queue. It's all a bit of a mess.
Well, there's probably not a queue for what we're trying to do here, so I'll just try to see if I can just like find a member of the Stonewatch and try to explain the situation to them. I don't know if there's anyone just like going somewhere.
Yeah, so there's like an information desk, maybe like an immediate sort of reception for like general questions and stuff like that, where you see that there is an old kind of battle-scarred dwarf who sits behind the desk with a bit of white long beard, and he looks you two up and down, and kind of you explain the story to him, and he says, well, there's a lot of different people that work in the watch, and probably for some of the more sensitive areas that we work in, we can't necessarily give out the names of all the different people that work. I'm bad for security in the city, you understand. Maybe I could take a message. I'm not saying that person necessarily fits the description of someone here, but if they did, I could pass on a message to them, but yeah, it's about the best I can do, I think.
So, does the Stonewatch have anything that they want to talk to the Adamant Might about? Is there something that needs to be...
Adamant
Yes.
Might. And he starts like looking down, he's got like a ledger open, and he's like looking at different Adamant Might. No, it doesn't look like you got any open warrants or anything like that. I mean, that's a good sign. But no, it doesn't look like, from my point of view, anyone's interested on our side of things. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we wanted to check if
Yeah, you can make
there were...
you can make an insight check. And
Okay.
you can as well do that.
Insight. There we go. Ooh, nice.
Although, yeah, you get the impression that he said, when he said like, "Oh, I'm not sure if there's someone here that fits that description or not," you got the impression that it didn't ring any bells for this guy. Doesn't mean that they don't work somewhere in the. I mean, it's a big city, multiple police departments, blah blah blah. But at least this guy didn't. You didn't get the impression that it rung any bells for him. And yeah, and he appears to be telling the truth also about, like you guys are not on any lists for someone of interest to talk to or something like that. But he has anyway.
All right. Well, I guess just thank the person for their answers and just leave. I don't think there's much more we can do here. Or Dudon, do you have anything?
No.
Well, Then I guess we would maybe just go by the where the warehouse is and just go through there back to the Screaming Maiden, was it?
Yeah.
Screaming Maiden.
Yeah, you go past the warehouse on the way. You see that Badoom has organized like a couple of people to start clearing it out already. They're like shoveling stuff into sacks and clearing out the plant matter and stuff. But none of them appear to be fitting the description that you have of the elf either.
Is Badoom there?
Yeah,
himself?
he's sort of overseeing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Could I just maybe go ask if they've seen the elf again?
No, not since yesterday. Since I saw them, they've not been back. Yeah,
Alright.
curious.
Yeah,
I know where to find you if I see them again.
Yes,
I can
alright.
send a message.
Thank you. And just leave.
Sure. As you head back to the Screaming Maiden, you two approach, and yeah, both of you can just make perception checks for me.
Ooh, 1.
Rain is, pondering things in her head, like going through the clues. Where does it connect? Kind of one of those red thread boards in her mind. But Dudon is paying a bit more attention. And on the way back to the Screaming Maiden, you notice that, as you approach the door from the outside, you notice that there is a large figure, human, male, with a shaved head on the side, kind of longish hair on the top, kind of similar to mine, but like shaved on the side, a bit of a stubble, and he's wearing kind of like some leather armor with like a plate shoulder pad, and maybe like a hint of chainmail under there. He's got a battle axe on his back, and he looks armed, ready to fight. He's got like a, quite like a deep V, and you can see that there's like scars. He looks pretty like battle weary or previously. And you notice that he is standing up against the door with his back to the door, leaning on it, arms crossed, one leg up sort of thing, trying to look casual, but also this guy is clearly like a fucking, bad guy, right? At least not necessarily a bad guy, but he's definitely a violent individual. Dangerous, exactly, yes. Meanwhile, or previously...
What was the race, sorry?
Human, he's a human.
Yeah.
Previously, going back in time, you three in the tavern are sitting, drinking, chilling out a little bit, and in fact, just before I do this, let me just check something here. So Rain and Dudon, you guys approaching from the street, and I will do something here. One sec. So this should work where you guys can only see, not yet, but soon, you'll only be able to see what you are supposed to see, I think. So just don't move your characters around and stuff for the first part whilst I just set everything up when I move this over. But okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will now move you guys onto a... What you can do, Finley, Yarrick, Stain, you guys can move yourselves to like positions where you think you would be to kind of, if you were hanging out in the bar, right? So I'll move everyone over now. I just feel this down. We lost our music, but it's fine. Yeah, and just put yourselves, like wherever you think would make sense.
Yeah, are we sitting by the fire and chatting about war, or are we sitting on a table?
Probably on a around the table.
Yeah.
Sure, pick a table. Whichever you want. Pick
Which
different
one?
tables.
A table for each.
Yeah, okay.
Personal space.
So yeah, here you see the interior for you guys who can see the interior. For you guys who cannot, you see the exterior of the Screaming Maiden. yes, as you guys are enjoying your drinks inside the Screaming Maiden, you see that. So Finley, for Finley, Yarrick, and Stain, there is a side door that you guys know leads out to like a little sort of beer garden. It's just really an outer patio area. So there is a side door here, and there is a main door as well down here, which is the normal kind of coming and going for people.
I wasn't expecting this place to be that fancy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that fancy, but yeah, it's probably a little. Beer garden. I mean, it's a patio with some tables and chairs. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, you can see the main door. You can kind of make out all the bits here. Upstairs here leads to the rooms. Here's your bar. Here is Marriott, and yeah, you guys notice then as you're drinking the entry of two people to the bar. Two people that you do not recognize, you haven't seen before. One of which is a shirtless man. He is super ripped. He is like, abs of steel, looks really like ripped. He's wearing like a bandana around one of his like arms. And he is like a blonde elf. And yeah, he's super ripped. He's wearing like kind of like very like flowing trousers as well, and no shoes.
Green cloak.
And he is no cloak. Okay. And next to him is a woman who looks very smartly dressed. She's wearing like more of like a kind of maybe. Actually, no, yeah. I mean, it's just probably something you would associate more with like a kind of servant's kind of outfit, but like a fancy servant, kind of like a butler or someone like that, It's kind of like not what a noble would wear, but it's also like pretty expensive stuff to be wearing around, So it's like not fancy enough to be a noble themselves, but some kind of servant or some in the service of a noble. They enter the bar, and then also you see that the side door opens from the patio, we'll call it, and another woman stands in the entrance there. She is armored with it's kind of like a gold or like maybe like a burnished brass kind of shiny kind of plate, but it's not like full plate. It's like a breastplate and then some chainmail and stuff like that, pieces of armor. She is carrying two swords across her back as well. She looks pretty armed and dangerous. I should say also that the servant woman, or whatever you call her, the butler woman, she has a rapier at her side as well, so she's also armed. The muscular elf does not appear to be armed. She opens the side door and kind of stands in the opening. Stands in the opening, arms crossed, looking a little bit imposing as well, as these two people enter the main door and walk towards the center of the room. Does anyone want to do anything or react to anything?
Can you just tell us? Sorry.
No,
just like when can you say when we're in like real time for us when we
yes,
get to
you guys have not arrived yet at this point yet.
I think Finley's first reaction, like if anyone enters the tavern, he's gonna take a glance and to see what kind of person it is. And first he takes a glance behind him to look at the main door and see these two people. He kind of first he looks at the shirtless guy a bit amused and chuckles a little bit, like, and asks from Marriott, like, "Are you having some kind of new party here or something?" And chuckles with him. And then the other person on the right, the woman, enters from the side door, and he also looks at her, and he's no concern on his face or anything. He's just like smiling and enjoying the beer, leaning at the counter and seeing what's gonna happen, and just chuckling a little bit at the side of a shirtless guy entering the bar.
Okay. What about you guys, Yarrick, Stain?
Yarrick
Enjoying my ale.
Yeah, Yarrick probably just glares at the elf and, like, I don't know, like, goes like, that like there's an elf without a shirt on and stuff.
Yeah, normal
Typical
occurrence.
elf Or,
Yeah,
who knows what's going on in their heads and stuff, but
sure.
probably just focuses on getting his drink on and hanging out
Silent.
with Stain since he is finally found another warrior after a long time. So trying to get a new friend.
Sure.
I think
By
I
the way-
glance at the brass armor woman and just look at her for a second and turn my head
Second
back.
longer than yeah.
And from Yaruk's face, I can see that there's something very odd behind me.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I turn my head. Just gonna enjoy the ale and let it flow.
What day is it, by the way? Is it still Flame Rule month?
Yes.
Do you know?
The month of Flame Rule, it is. So it's 2 days
Right.
after, so the 23rd of Flame Rule. Flame Rule is one of the months.
Do you have them all like sorted out the whole year?
Yeah, it's using the Faerun calendar, which has 10
Okay.
months.
I've actually never checked. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Flame Rule is the Faerun calendar because I'm not going to come up with my own calendar. Got time for that.
I mean,
But,
you never know.
yeah, the months are
a
all.
week, 10-day.
Yeah, a week is 10 days, and all the months are 30 days. So there's always 3 weeks in a month. It's a very good calendar, much better.
Oh,
than
yeah, we should
ours.
use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just 10. I think there's 10 months in a year. I'd have to check that. But each month is 30 days, and each week is actually 10 days long, 3 per month.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I think Finley I think it's not lore accurate that Finley doesn't know what a month is. He's not that out of it. It's like March. What the fuck is that? Yeah. So currently it is the 23rd of Flame Rule. And Flame Rule is a summer month for anyone interested. It is literally high summer. It's called Flame Rule because of like light and sun.
Oh, that's
and
why
all
he's
that.
shirtless. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always a kind of a relatively cold temperature inside Venhem, being that it's underground. So normally you wouldn't see anyone walking around shirtless, just like normal. But yeah, you three can make insight checks for me, just to get your immediate reads also on these 3 characters as they enter. Yeah, Stain and Yarrick probably not paying as much attention necessarily to the new entrance. And the only really thing you notice, Finley, is something that's relatively obvious, I think. But the woman who's at the door, she does look like she's like imposing there. She doesn't look like the type of person. The other 2 you could get away with probably. They might go to a tavern, like it's a bit weird, the guy's shirtless and stuff, and but she's just carrying a sword for protection, maybe, this woman here. But this woman here looks like she's like ready to fight. She's armored, she's got swords ready like to go, and she kind of also weirdly opens the door and then stands in the doorway without entering, so that's kind of suspicious anyway.
Yeah.
But that's just the main vibes that you get.
Yeah. Even like I noticed this, and as I take a glance at her when she enters, and I realize she's just like standing at the door, posing sort of. Finley still like just looks back at Marriott, keeps chatting and chuckling and drinking the beer without like giving much attention to her.
Sure.
To her presence.
The smarter woman moves forward, short brown hair, and looks very like refined, well dressed. She walks forward. You even notice kind of a little bit of a look of disgust at the surroundings of the tavern itself. She sees John. He's probably in the corner somewhere. She's, she holds her nose a little bit, or she looks kind of badly, and they continue to walk up to the bar, and you notice that the shirtless elf, he kind of stands like central to the room a bit and then stops as well. He lets the woman continue, and she comes up to the bar next to you, Finley, and also looking over at Marriott, she sort of addresses you both and says, oh, so I've been told that I can find the Adamant Might around here.
Finley glances.
You see Marriott looks at you to respond because he's not sure whether he should respond, right?
Finley turns his head on the left and takes a glance at the woman, eyeing her a little bit like up and down. No, flirtatious or not, don't really know. But anyway,
you doing?
Yeah, just taking a look at her and says, "Who is asking?"
Oh well, me and my associates, we heard a brand new mercenary company in town, got a bit of a reputation already, and we just wanted to extend our welcome and to maybe we can collaborate on something in the future.
Oh, reputation, eh? Well, I don't know about that. We have just done 2 gigs so far, both successful, surely, but nothing too big yet. So I'm curious where this name has. Vittu, en osaa englantia. Mistä tämä maine on kantautunut?
How has our name carried over to you,
Yeah.
to your ears or something like that?
He says, "Oh well, we've been in the city quite some time, and we've got a fair few contacts and a fair few friends who, they pass on important pieces of information. And some friends of ours felt that it was important that we came and, introduced ourselves."
Well, it's an interesting way to introduce yourselves, posing this sort of way, sort of blocking the doors. But I guess it's nice to meet you. I'm Finley Norwin, and he reaches her hand to her in a very friendly manner.
She looks down at Finley's hand and does not shake the hand. She keeps her hands at her sides.
He does this takes his hand away like.
She says, "Well, Finley Norwin, you can never be too careful." She nods over to the people in the doorway, and you never know how people will react in this city. But like I said, we just came to introduce ourselves. I should say we represent the Chained Company. You probably heard of us.
Chained?
The Chained Company. I doubt Finley would have heard of them, unless you've done a lot of kind of... again, you can do a history check if... Because you've been around, you and Yarrick have been around kind of...
Few weeks,
starting
maybe.
the mercenary company in the city, kind of, so you would
What, history or...
Yeah, history check, yeah.
I guess that would
roll
be
as well, or...
Yeah, if you're listening in, you can overhear this, but you probably can't. But you could jump into the conversation. Whenever you want, of
Both
course,
are
but,
absolutely no interest in other groups.
No, the Chain Company doesn't ring any bells to you guys particularly.
Yeah, it doesn't. But Finley thinks in his head that like damn, I should have come up with that name. That sounds so cool.
And they say, like I said, it's important for us to make friends with local groups like such as yourselves, and it just so happens that our friends, they wanted me to pass on a little warning, I guess.
He chuckles.
We're of the understanding that you've been getting involved already with some things that are a little bit outside of your pay grade, and we certainly wouldn't want you coming into any harm. We're only here, as I said, for your safety, of course, to make sure that you don't get yourself rolled up in anything that you shouldn't. And yes, we noticed that there'd been some recent incident at a warehouse. Perhaps you know about it. And we just wanted to say that, maybe just leave it there with, I believe it's all been paid up and contract completed, and I think that's probably how it should stay.
okay, this is gonna be great because Finley literally doesn't know what Rain was talking about with Ophelia, so he's just like non-blatantly or just like truthfully he's gonna say without any deception or anything here like, yeah, I mean, we did the gig at the warehouse and we got our payment, but I think that's all there is. And he's gonna continue like, and also, well, lady, we're just here to get some coin. There's really no bigger things in it. This for us. So I don't know why anyone has felt threatened by our presence, but I'm honored to hear that we have already made a bit of a name for ourselves. We're just here to do the jobs well. So I don't know, maybe if you wanna get the jobs ahead of us, then you should make a bigger name of yourselves then as well. And he's gonna laugh a bit.
Oh, my dear, don't get the wrong impression. I don't think that it's a competition that we're in. More a friendly warning to some new blood on the scene that, you stick your nose in where it's not wanted and it might, get cut off.
Oh, I have all the...
Yeah.
You can say.
Well, no, all I was going to say now is at this point, Dudon and Rain, you guys are now approaching the bar and you see this.
Well, I guess I don't see.
Well, as you get closer, Dudon immediately sees, and as you get closer a few steps, you would eventually notice too, but yeah, depending on how you approach the situation.
What was I going to say?
Yaruk would, at this point, probably say something about like the warnings that a true soldier doesn't cover that challenge and like doesn't think much about their warning.
Okay. And you're still just sitting and drinking. You haven't stood up or anything, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
At this point, I'm also going to like say to Dudon that this looks a bit fishy, and I'm gonna like try to send a message to Finley and see what the hell is going on inside if we need to go help. And I'm gonna cast a message to Finley.
Sure,
I think...
and we can also, just keep walking pass by and try to see through the windows what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can do both things, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like message Finley like, what's going on inside? Is everything okay?
The message something that I can just answer to in?
Yeah,
you need to like actually say the words, but you need to do like you can do a whisper that only you can hear. So, but like your mouth, I guess, would be moving. I think that was.
Yeah, you have to kind of.
But you could like.
You can say it super quietly under your breath, but.
Or something like that, I guess.
Well, Finley hears this message and he gets a little bit like thrown off a little bit, but he's not gonna answer. He's just like chuckles a little bit and scratches behind his ear, checks a bit at the door if he sees Rain. Does he? I don't think he does yet.
We're outside, yeah, and the door is closed, I think.
Yeah, the door's closed. There are like small windows, but they're very grimy, thick glass. It's like not easy to make out people on the outside from here. So you don't see them.
Okay. Okay, well then Finley's gonna, after Yaruk said that he's not afraid of these warnings and true soldier is not afraid, Finley takes this chance to say to Yaruk that like, Yaruk, it's no worries. You can go take a little breather outside, and does a little facial message to him like,
Wink,
just go check outside if. But I don't know if Yaruk gets it. Let's see if there's something.
Yeah, I think you could probably do like
or would he...
just a straight intelligence check, Yaruk.
Intelligence? Oh no.
By the way, like, what did it say in the message actually? I'm wondering, like, can they choose what message they send? So can they say something and we don't hear that, or how does that actually work?
Yeah, just post the spell and we'll just check.
Message. Oh yeah, you point your finger, so I would need to like point my finger at the bar, but I guess that's not too suspicious, and I can do that. Well, yeah.
Oh, look at this bar over here.
Yeah, that's a nice bar.
Yeah. Yeah, creature within range. You don't need to see them or anything, so that's fine. You will need to
do a sleight of hand check for me, because you are walking in vision of the guy on the front, and you're going to point and have to cast, like, say some words and do a semantic component part of it.
Yeah, can I assist? So can it be on advantage?
Yeah, you can assist. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm just
can block the wall.
Roll
joining
again.
the discussion. Like, yeah, that's a
Whoa,
good bar. and-
shake the hand. Yeah,
That's
sure.
a nice bar over there.
Slightly.
11. Woo!
Yeah, you guys start to do this. You send the message. Finley, you receive the message, which is a little difficult to pass, but given that you're also in a conversation with a woman at the same time, and then suddenly you hear something in your head, but you're able to understand that it's a message from Rain. Yarrick is also going to like join in the conversation at this point. Says some line to as well to kind of get himself involved in the conversation. As you do that, the muscular elf is going to take a step forwards as well, just towards you guys. That's it. As all this is happening, Finley, you talk to Yarrick saying you should head outside or whatever.
Yeah, take a little breather outside, buddy. Like.
But you can choose whether that is the response to the message or not. So you can say that line to Yarrick, and also Rain will hear it as the message.
Yeah,
reply,
I'll do
or
that.
you
That's
can
great.
Say something else.
Because Rain is smart enough to probably get like, there's nothing major going on. If Yarrick's gonna come outside, then that's fine. If Yarrick gets it, but he doesn't have to go outside if he doesn't understand what Finley's trying to do here.
Well, yeah, Finley says to go outside. Yarrick, you can make an intelligence check.
Wouldn't reading people be more like insight or wisdom, at least?
Yeah, you can make insight check inside. Yeah, insight makes sense.
Damn you!
Well, you've been working with Finley for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
now. You get the non-verbal cues. You
Yeah.
understand the idea behind, like, there's some reason other than to cool off that you should go outside.
Yeah. Okay, so I start to make my way outside, and
Yay, good Yarrick.
As you stand up
yeah,
and attempt to walk past the muscular elf, you stand up and you start to make your way, and he kind of steps in front, and he just puts a hand up. He doesn't touch you, but he puts a hand up in front of you, and he just says in a really low, like kind of gravelly voice, like low as in volume, not like no low like this, but like, you know, quietly. He says to you just like, just wait there, friend. I think my colleague's not finished speaking yet. Very calmly says this to you.
well, since it is an elf, Yaruk would just answer, "I ain't your friend," and try to like shoulder past him.
Okay, you can make an athletics check against. You'll make it against his athletics.
Oh no! Aye.
In fact, he might not have that good athletics.
Oh, but 7.
The
and that's
super
not-
ripped athletic elf
I
doesn't have
mean-
good athletics.
Yeah, it's true.
Just a bunch of muscle.
Yeah.
Yaruk will never live this down.
Oh no! Oh! Hey, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Both of you like shoulder hit each other, and then there's just like no movement. You both feel like there's the
Both
strength
stop, like,
from each
next to
side, and it's like it's like in Harry Potter where the wands hit and then nobody can do anything. You know, they're stuck there. Like you guys are both kind of like, who's gonna bend first? And then it's a little awkward after like a couple of seconds because no one is actually moving either way. What do you want to do, Yarrick? You know, you know that like if you push extra hard, you could probably knock him off balance. He could probably do the same to you at any point. But right now you're just kind of locked in like the equal force scenario.
Yeah, like not a hostile move, but like just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
like
like a
showing off a bit. But like if
Yeah,
you actually go
exactly,
for
exactly.
a push, then that's gonna be different.
yeah.
Do we have time to react here anyhow?
I think probably not. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a second
Yeah,
of like,
yeah.
and then
Yeah,
after this happens, then
I think Yaruk would go for it and just try to push him over.
Okay. Yeah, with an extra push, you're able to do that. But you watch as the elf like takes the force from your shoulder and kind of like spins almost on his foot and kind of like takes like a little kind of really dexterous leap backwards and lands on 2 feet, like almost on his toes in like a, kind of like a Bruce Lee sort of martial artist kind of stance where he's like shocked, but then his immediate like inbuilt reaction is to kind of go back into like a more like a fighting stance.
So does Yaruk get past him?
Drops backwards. Well, he drops backwards a step, and Yaruk can step forwards, and now you can also attempt to pass him again if you want. But you guys now see this and can obviously react and stuff if you want to. But before that, because all this has been going on, I think Dudon and Rain, at this point, you guys have already walked past now the guy who did notice something weird. He keeps his eyes on you, but he's not saying anything. He's not he's not reacting as you walk past. He's kind of like trying to act cool, like a bouncer, or like he's supposed to be there, basically. But as you guys walk past, you get towards the area of the thing. You guys notice one other character yet to be described, which is a elf in a green cloak with long blonde hair, who stands nonchalantly up against the chimney stack on the outside, also keeping a watch out on sort of this side of the building. And yeah, you can just about see the back of the woman, probably the door open here, and the back of this woman who's kind of stood also in the doorway as you walk past. So you can choose kind of what you do from there, whether you keep going or how you continue.
I'm just gonna talk like in a voice that the person behind can't really hear. I guess doesn't need to be too. I'm just gonna say like I got a really weird message from like Finley. I think something's going on inside, but they don't seem to be in immediate danger. But they don't seem to be like completely okay either. Apparently, Jarux is supposed to come out, but hasn't come out yet. And I'm just gonna like at this point, I'm gonna like can I basically point through myself at the inn, like have my back towards it, and I'm just gonna like point at myself, but I'm actually I don't know if that would work. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like basically, well, instead of like going around and I'm pointing at the inn again. I'm gonna like try to, well, I guess do it stealthily, like point it so that the guy behind doesn't see that I'm pointing at the inn again.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to do. I don't know whether pointing at a creature. Are you a creature? In most spells, a creature can include yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you point at yourself...
But could I again try to stealthily...
Yeah, you can do it like over your shoulder or something, and you can do a sleight of hand check with advantage. Because Dudon will also help.
What's going on? What's happening?
Yeah.
Is he casting something?
Yeah, it's just trying to cast
message
again to you.
Yeah.
But stealthily so that the guy doesn't see.
Wait, I guess, yeah, so just roll, advantage there, and then sleight of hand is there. And I get 11! Woo!
With the second casting of a spell, in this close proximity to this guy, he is going to walk over to you guys. But you can
I guess I can cast the spell first. Yeah, I'm just gonna because Stain wasn't mentioned yet. I'm gonna like I don't know if that was. Maybe I should have gone into Jarek, but I'm just gonna like send a message to Stain like, what is going on? Like, are Finley and Jarek okay? Like. Sorry, this is Rain speaking in your head. You can respond to me, but you do need to speak. And I think that's about 25 words, which is the maximum, by the way, for a message.
Yeah.
But...
No, I think that's sending is 25 words. Message is just as a short message.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's more flexible.
But does Stain get to answer, or do we have the guy come close now? Or
yeah, I mean he's walking over, but Stain you can answer. It's like immediate, so.
It's looking kind of bad.
Oh no, it's not. It's fine.
Stain thinks it's looking kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's looking kind of bad, but okay for now.
And I just like, do I notice that the guy is approaching us now? I guess.
Yeah. And then as you receive that message, you'll see the guy walking towards you guys.
And I'll just, well, I guess, do I have time to whisper that to, like, what Stain said to?
Yeah, you can, but you look kind of suspicious doing it because the guy's walking over and you're just whispering something to your colleague. Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess I won't. Yeah, I'll not tell that to.
Okay. The guy walks over to you, and as he approaches, he says, "Oi, you lot. Bar's closed for private party, so you're gonna have to move on."
Ah, that's a shame. It looked so nice bar.
It's not me. I've been in.
I've actually been in that bar before. So I guess you had Bentley arrange the private party for you?
Bentley. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Barman, right?
Yeah,
Big,
the barman.
big guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He sorted it all. I'm just, on the pay. Make sure nobody goes in and out when they're not supposed to. So, like I said, just move along.
All right. Well,
isn't there
I
any
guess-
VIP line? We can pay some gold and get still inside. To drink?
Like I said, private party, mate. That means only people what were invited. And if you ain't invited, then you ain't coming in.
Well, I guess we'll move on then. Let's go to Don.
That would be
Yes.
best. Yeah.
And just like, I guess we'll. Is there like it's like in a? It was in the Narrows, or what was it the area
Yeah.
called? So I guess
Yeah.
there's a lot of houses with a lot
Exactly.
of valleys, narrow.
Loads of
well,
alleyways,
yeah,
buildings, etc.
and just like go well. Yeah,
probably
do-
like
what
up
when we
here.
start walking away, what does he? I guess he goes back to the door.
Yeah, he
But-
goes back to the door exactly.
Yeah.
There is like the side passage that goes up here. Let me just see if I can. Well, the side passage that goes up here basically is like another building. Then straight after that, where it's black here. I think I can. How do I do this?
I mean, yeah, I think we would walk towards
So
the.
if I do it like this, you can see more. That work?
Nothing changed to me.
No.
I don't know how. Oh. One sec. Yeah, got it. There we go. If I do that, you can see the wall of the next building over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an alleyway that goes up the side and goes alongside the side of the building, and also potentially around the
Oh,
back.
so the patio, like that's. I don't know if patio means that, but so it's not on the ground floor. There's
I think-
alleyway.
No, yeah, it is on the ground floor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's
I
on the-
mean-
this is like this is all ground floor here. So
Mm.
this part here, there's nothing above it. This part at the back is a single.
If you're
story.
pinging, we're not seeing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the thing. Yeah. This part at the back here, is like single story. It's hard to. Well, and then the rest of it is 2 stories. So
Okay.
if that makes sense, I'll just draw a very like side-on view, but like it looks like this, and then at the back there's like a, like that. Does that make sense? And the
Yeah.
door is
Yeah, okay.
here. Yeah. So this is like this. There's nothing above this part, but then this part is where the rooms are. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's a alleyway that goes alongside the single story part, which you know to be like just like the back rooms, kitchen, probably where Marriott stays. That kind of area.
Yeah. And where we can get in.
Potentially, yeah. You don't really know if there's any like doors in the back or windows or whatever, but yeah, could be that you could go up there. But to do that, to walk up that alleyway, you'd obviously be walking straight past this elf, who is watching that area, and also past the back door. Basically, you can find your way through the back of the building through other alleyways. It's just going to take you more time to do that.
Yeah, I guess we'll start walking into that area like here, and we
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
like talk. And I guess we both noticed that the guy has no idea who actually is the innkeep, so that tale was bullshit. And then we can just try to just keep walking and see what we see. But I guess at this point there's going to be something going on inside as well.
Yes, yeah. As you guys start to walk up to the side, you are getting some sort of interesting looks from the elf on the side here, as you kind of turn the corner. But as that's all going on, Yarek, you mid this, you probably even notice like maybe Stain talking under his breath because he got a message. But you see that the way is clear in theory, but the guy is looking like he's probably going to try and stop you again if you walk past him.
Well, Yark, since he notices that the elf is up to no good. Probably just said, keep your hands to yourself, and just tries to keep on going.
Is he going? Okay. You make another step forward, and the guy kind of like jumps around in front of you again, and just says, "Look, I don't want any trouble here. None of us do. But you know, my friend over there is having a pleasant conversation with your colleague, and we'd just like for you to stay present."
At this point, this has gone for some seconds, so Finley's gonna turn around in his chair and take a lean, like at the desk, bar counter behind him, and take his beer and say like, "Hey, I don't understand what's the hostility about here. If we're talking about friends, you seem to have a bit of a different understanding of friendship here, but don't threaten my colleagues here."
Well, your colleague over there, she says, he seems to be a little bit on the rude side, walking off in the middle of a friendly introduction. We didn't even exchange names, and he's already trying to leave. You see how it looks for us. It looks like, he might have some ulterior motives, and like I said, we just...
I think his
just here.
ulterior motive is to go outside and take a breather so he doesn't have to listen to your bullshit. What is going on here?
Well, that might be his motive, but I'm afraid it just comes across as a little rude to my colleague over there. You can see how that might be. Listen, I don't want to go too deep in the weeds with this, but let's just say that should you decide that it's a good idea to get who involved in certain things, we might have to come back and pay another visit, just purely for your benefit, of course. And I think you know what I mean. Maybe just stick to the delivery jobs. And she walks back towards the door. She nods to the woman in the brass armor as she does this as well, who kind of, takes a step back almost and kind of like, saunters backwards casually.
As if they're making an exit, Finley's just gonna yell to their backs that like, well, next time you come in, maybe you should buy some beers to make up for this scaring the customers away from Marriott. That's quite rude as well. And he's just gonna turn around and keep drinking beer.
As she walks up, she says, "Yeah, I wouldn't drink here if you paid me." And she walks to the door, and the elf, as she kind of walks past the elf as well, Yarek, you can decide what you're kind of doing. You know that she is like walking towards you and towards you too, and gonna go past you, but it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, since it really seems like they're leaving, Yarok just steps aside so that they can leave.
Yeah, she just kind of walks past you, and as you kind of take a step back, this guy turns around, and you see them leave out of this direction. You guys who are outside, as you approach the side alleyway, the blonde elf here in the green cloak, he notices you two and immediately turns to basically sidle over to the woman in the brass armor and leans over to whisper in something into her ear. However, as he's doing this, and Finley, you just about spot this guy doing this in the doorway as this happens, he leans over to whisper to her, but she also kind of whispers back to him, gives him the message don't worry about it, we're leaving, and those two also head off. And as they pass you, you guys notice that this elf is keeping a particularly good eye on you two, kind of really memorizing almost your faces and appearances and stuff, which you guys can also do back to him if you want to make perception checks. I mean, you can do this for both of them, but in particular, he's really making it known, I think.
Oh, sorry, still rolling with advantage, so I guess.
So
11.
the 11. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I mean, he's wearing a green cloak, so you don't get like a lot of the indication from him, but he doesn't seem to be very well armored. He also seems to be like well dressed under the cloak. From what you can see, his boots are, like well made, and you can just about get like those details, but you can't really tell more about his character or her beyond the fact that she's like quite well armored and looks like she can put up a fight, but that's about all you get out of her as well. You guys can also see just from the corner as you sort of head up the alleyway that you see some other figures leave the front door. You see the big guy kind of lets the door open as they knock on it, and then all 5 of them actually split up in different directions. 2 of them heading off east, the other 3 heading off west. Yeah, and you're now sort of free to also enter the bar.
Hey, Rain and Dudon.
What the hell happened here? And
Honestly, I have no idea what those guys wanted, and Finley's being truthfully oblivious that like he didn't know why they were threatening them because he didn't
Some
listen.
rude dudes.
They were threatening you?
Yeah, and he explains and quotes what the lady next to her was saying, what kind of warning she gave, and described about that it was about the warehouse and more about the warehouse. And Finley's like, I don't know why they were being like that. We just did the job and that's it. And then he's like fiddling his pan flute again, like.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was definitely looked like a blonde-haired elf with a green cloak.
Yeah, that was
so
sure
I
the
think
guy.
That's,
That was the guy.
And so they're linked to that.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
So they don't want us looking further into this. Well, that
Yeah.
certainly piqued my interest.
I wonder if it's related to the things in the mines. To the
Yeah, and I guess
Wait, so with the-
I'll tell what we discussed with Ophelia about like the mines to the rest of the party, including Finley. who
Finley
wasn't
starts to
listening.
listen a bit more carefully now while fiddling the flute and like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, so Marriott serves you guys a round of drinks and says, on the house, I think, for these.
No. We should be the ones apologizing, Marriott. You just lost probably many customers, and Finley's gonna flip like 5 silver coins to him.
You look around, there's no one else in the bar except you. But he says, well, most appreciated. I'm sorry if that was, if they caused any trouble for you. Quite uncharacteristic, I've heard of this chained company.
What have you heard of them?
Oh, just a mercenary outfit in the city. Got a bit of a reputation for taking, the kind of jobs that a lot of other people don't want to take. Getting caught up in some bad, well, like I say, it's all rumors and this sort of thing. But yes, they don't have the best reputation, let's say, for being law-abiding citizens.
Well,
such
I
as
can see
yourselves.
that.
A
Looks
little bit.
like we stumbled upon something interesting, Yaruk grins.
Yes, they certainly seemed a little off-put by you. As far as I know, they don't. They're not really involved in anything too. What's the word? In anything too big. Yeah. In anything too serious. They just do jobs, but certainly people who employ them can be known to employ them for the wrong reasons, let's say. But sure, it's got nothing to do with you. Misunderstanding, perhaps. Maybe they got a little scared of you having such success.
Indeed.
Well, here's to and he leans over to. What was the name? What was the name again? Your group. Your name. yeah, to Adamant, mate.
Cheers.
And he cheers. And I think that's a good place to end the session for tonight.
Yeah.